ya gose ase omutinyo iga ogatano ona kabere ayo naya namange ntuchiko yasanga ekero togenderete no muroberio iga ogetembe omuroberio iga bwetwani ya getembe chinga kichiga achia bonoma
Temo Nugabas ninya gitari ekukurwaria ase chinchira chikero kurwa chinsi cha Michael nigo bakurwa obubwenia bwabene asekera omurwaire abo asekera bakurwaria with a lot of privacy okubwenigwa ayebweka asibitanda byabo bibwate obubwenia bwabene mbari gutomeka ntetere gustarko beto sindane yira kubekere chemical ndiyonse asomobere igwa nigo bakubwenia amarwire bunabono egetekyo mugongo naboyigo kwirania amaugabya abanyagitari babo nigo babwate obumanyi bwebirengo byechinse echya Michael ekero bakurwa obubwenye bwabo nigo bakora n'ubwanchani obonene n'amaguri yabo nigo ari ayanse monokigima bagutoka ase nyumba ya Umoja Complex third floor eyo yarenge Family Bank enkuro eyo ere angene Cooperative Bank asamange bakera simyase number 0741903162 0758066164
Inche asamarieta ngoroku Agnes Mora omonyagitari omonene Ostemo Nugabest nkoirali bageri mwensi abagusi kubaligania ase Stemo Nugabest aiga Stemo Nugabest etokobwenia ase gotumia chi machine chekerero igo bali mwensi mwachandikira asama rwaire ao twabariganiri tobae obobwenia bwekerero inchu mwensi togokera obobweni bwaito aiga Stemo Nugabest biamon
ajirira gocha Stemo Nugabest abo ase uranyore obokoreri bwigoromono Gotera chinko chinkureta elioki waitero ne chingake gotumeka chinko chinyinga asomorero omosinine boygo byaitero ne chingake bono alpha rice brackets na lyuri chiburiao ase okorosia endagera na boygo gwata asibigori byonsi ni chiamate chonsi alpha rice na makara ao nigo arosirie ne teknolojia yekerero tabuatirioki no nyenerika agotumeka kemono nende akoira egeka kujya umuriro ene kebemberi biko liriaye neligiya amakaraega nigo agokeania kuna chukwemete yeito gose deforestation boigo obuyabono nobo ogokeania gokonyora kwindwali ya kansa alpha rice brackets na bogutumeka ase chioteri chinyagitari chinka chiskuru na boigo nabugusamba inyama tutarere asumu chubusungu na bugutwakere isimi ase namba 0111502030 alpha rice brackets naye twanchete
Mwancho muligereria ni ngongo sabo kwabera asayo ubwakire na karibu sana asemeroperio ya Getembe TV iyeri tukoria rero togochaka no muroperio iga obwetwani etariki neyemo emutinyi yo iga ogatano na kabere na kumanyanga the coldest month eyo mwaka aiga ase ense ya Kenya na boko cha konya kweboria na kiro kende ninki ko mutinyi gatano na kabere ogokendesa oikera ebiro ebigo gosogwikira okonyoranga na bense kendete Peter Koro mugaso tori korora mbura chinsemo nchiraro chikaunti nchire ao chigendete konyoro bukendo botindi ase amatukaego mwancho muligera no nyangu siego bukendo mborora lakini tari mono na chikaunti chinde korene na bogotema kwerinda igekero gosoka komanyanga alire nabo ligonjoreria tegekende osina ndo mugaso boniga osekonyora umugaso tiri guaranteed. Karibu sana irinde tunyara gusanga ase enseme yega yekionga ime umurubiri wetwani ya Getembe nchenkuruko Matilda OBAIGWA narora bande bakombolinga ili talinde ndireri nguruko kemuntu onye kirokendo kanyaranga yandi tari gocha wango. Karibu sana ili ndetu nyare gusanga kurase studio kabere nere bana bas ondari igo nerebia onyare postanga na inche chinsemo cha Facebook buna Getembe TV chinsemo cha YouTube Getembe TV and FM manyire tari awo chinsemo chirombo atikoro chinga kichiga cha bono mambi nabo igo nambira sekerore ETV yao ngokorere wetira sensemo ya SMS nabo igo WhatsApp chisimi kupogolia esimi bono mambina beko bakongo ake lakini napukulika ujumbe awo cha senambe yo erinde tunyare gusanga ase obwa mwigonyo ko iweteri ogeriga ningiye kogera akiro kendo ukageranga umutinyo yiga gusaye korengana no bumanyi bwa umutinyo yigo 5 na 2 ningi gekwira okendesa akigima kwanyara nguko igungana amagena yembura rutire nyumba igo wanjo murigere onyo komenyete ase otabwati otari kwanyara amakara goso tari kobeka chingo wokyo mulero ene kinga noro mutingo asokugora marangeti ya marito na boigo kubeka chisweta achindi to. Karibu sana ilinde tunyare gusanga na ekerongo chaka nensemo yekionga nigongo chaka kurase county ya Nyamira ekero bono aba MCA 12 bono abo babeire bawikirana ase bikaro bya bunge mashinani banyarete goikirana ase ekamati ya powers and privileges ekero bono baganire komanyia committee yo ninki kyare ko batari wikirana aibikaro ase ebunge enene ye county buna eganerie baukwana litiko ori igoro nigo bono eyo kose bikare biberenge maminja nerichiko nerio nengana aba MCA ba manyete korende ase chintunda isano na isato nigo banyari twikirana ase ebikaro byabo bya bunge mashinani umancho murigere roboti orubuna rwaliganire na Fatigade Gisemba
aba MCA 12 abo barenge kwikirana ase bikaro bya bunge mashinani na gutaikirana ase bikaro bya bunge enene witania chintunda isa na isato korengana na machiko ye bunge ya Nyamira nigo baikirana rero bosio we committee ya powers and privileges ase baganirwa komanya committee eyiga ekikya bayirete parabo gutaikirana ase bikaro bya bunge eyo.
Following the communication from the Honorable Speaker during the morning session of 17th June 2025 concerning absenteeism, the Powers and Privileges Committee is investigating members' conduct pursuant to Articles 75 and 194 of the Constitution of Kenya 2010 as read together with the Powers and Privileges Act 2017 and the County Assembly of Nyamira Standing Order number 193. Records from the Office of the Secretary show that you've been absent from plenary sessions for over 8 sittings without approval of the Speaker. For instance, from 21st November to 3rd December 2024, fine yearly attached summary of attendance participants.
Nigo committee eyiga yatanganwa no musike Julius Matwere oyore omo MCA obunyamatuta oyoira ribaga ryo monogeri we bunge eyiga omusike Thaddeus Nyabaro oyo wiyatanana kurase committee eyiga ase litko rya rero.
Your objection holds no water because we have a way of doing or taking the roll calls and all that. Therefore, your request does not hold. Thank you.
Aba MCA abaiga mbasaba baberwe na bate bambari tayare gukora emirimo yabo inze yo monogeri Thaddeus Nyabaro.
During that time, we are just rushing here and there to save our lives. And the only way we could just say, whoever could just raise the matter, say I'm legitimate, could just fall to save our lives. We were just blind. It's only that we were just cornered. We never knew that this could happen. It's just a matter of chair saving our lives, whichever way. I know.
Basi na kwa kweli nilipata barua ya kwamba nimekosa round 8 sittings. kwa kweli chairman na the whole committee nilikosea, si kuhudhuria katika hiyo vikao.
Now that we are back to the assembly. I am back to the assembly. I as a leader was here. I'm ready to work with our speaker, that is Nyamira, and I'm so grateful to this country. And
Ensemo yende nigo muwakiri oyo obaigirira aba MCA abaiga ase committee eyo buna bono omusike Joel Ombongi kurwase ward ya Bukeira na boigo matamarwa oyore omo MCA omochore bonsi abaiga ibaka nabona tibanya komocha gutaikirana ebikaro bitano na bitatu ase ebunge.
The two members are ready to attend sessions starting the 4th of June. After that decision has been made, since the court has made directions on what is right in the law, and they wish also to indicate that since the gazettement of the Honorable Thaddeus Nyamira on the 4th June 2025, they have not missed any 8 sittings, if there are any 8 sittings that have been in session.
Inko reporter Getembe kurwasa maga chamanene ye bunge ye county ya Nyamira ya gutuka meye ward ya township e bunge ya West Mugirango Njefatigad.
Gutigana no roboti yoro kurase county ya Nyamira mwancho murire ni ngokoreta wika ase umuchi obosongo ekero bono bose amatukabere oka magiga yoko ya kwebibanda byabonchoreria becingina boigo matunda ase echiro ya marigiti nigo bono echire yo yachakire nande kwagachwa oboya inse eyo muroberi gose inse yo burai wae omo governor bwe county ya Kisii omoske Simba Arati na boigo ekero kyogo chaka omoyego yo so gochaka okwagacho gwechire yo nigo omo MCA o Kisii Central moske Wilfred Monyenye anyara kwenekia punakira omonchoreria na chekoirania ribagariri abwate ase echire yo naboigo nakira obagendete wote abawika batenene na bonchoria abaiga goika omoero na boigo nigo bagendete kugikeria kigima engana yogosamba gose onde bwensi onyarte kubate kana nengana yogosamba goechire yo omurikito ankodi podasanya na robotiro
aba diriwo bari basambiritwe umurero igobare kimisato na 15
egekore kyogoichania nigo kiaine kigwo botuko bugukira igoro ase abaunchururia kurwase chiro ya marigiti kusamberwa enibo yabo goika koera
huyu na mapema mera wale wote wamepata iganga wamepata shida yote. Number 1 hoteli tunafagia hapa
Mwakili wa kaunti ya Kisii asaideta George Mo.
Shangaza sana ni kwamba katika pahali hapa tunaposimama sasa, kesi ili kuwa kotini ya kwamba pahali hapa ama shamba hili ama hii block ya shamba katikati ya mjini Kisii ilikuwa ama inamilikiwa na mwanasiasa mmoja. Kesi ikaamuliwa iliyoidhinishwa kotini na EACC, na kesi ikasema kwamba mwanasiasa huyo alipokea ama alipata shamba hili katika njia halali. Moto chanzo chake kwa wale wenye tunajua ama wenye tumefanya kazi ama tumenunua katika soko hili, hakuna hoteli yoyote ilikuwa inafanya kazi saa 7 usiku katika shamba hili. Kitu cha pili, hakuna stima, hakuna nyaya ya stima ama stima inatumika katika ploti hili kwa hao wachuuzi. Moto huu ulianzishwa kwa hiari ya mtu aliyetaka kuchoma na kuharibu mali.
Kurende gati ya baonchururia kurwa asechire ywe
kwa estonkundi mongina ngoni serious iga market na baire kimenya tega ige miaka korungita 1990 35 years na baire ngoni iga chire baminto gaki enachete kuboka mambi nganyore kibande kyane oko yete ke kaira pi na ndingonya tirone gente kem ni chire no ngorusie ebese na somelia bana
roba nasinge incho muna isabanto ase chiro wetira mu basupero yobete bumurro musambe dios kirita amune chidagre chitokoni litangani kuirele bageriga twensia so wa motugikirie balia babusikaine aso busamba umurroyo
nabano musimba mugaba natate basali konyarata birona kigakingiche nande ngoni gastoki kalimbugata elinde mburukania kabasali kali umwana ira ne school ona igatimbugati no nyenkende timbugati no ne transport
lituko lya lero omwe MCA we ward ya Kisii Central Wilfred Monyenye
tero asaya kwara ni kubuya niko tutagetekera umuntu atenene aseke banda kiaye tutagete umuntu muya asoye gaiga onde bwensi obwate ibanda kwetania kamo okero umuntu ne kebanda kemakora akonyora
Chinga kecho ni gomurobelio yochaka inse yoburaibo mugavana we county ya Kisii Paul Simbarati.
Drone ngambia mono ya governor ya ito asoko toma tractor. Again rutako tanda sasa ya iga toko ganiga your excellence. Ocho to konyo nyene chichuma, otorera chichuma elinde ene chire yaro swina standard. Elinde toto ka soboni borobuya, toli maintain buya, agareta no jo kamina city. Eto kenga tuachire serebe gwenrete.
Abarai barorekanete koba nomoyo bwogokonya namona omubunge ukitutu cha South Mheshimiwa Anthony Kibagendi.
Itwateko tena pole sana for this unfortunate incident and togo teraiga. We are asking the government to urgently ensure investigations are done so that the people who are involved in doing all this are brought to book. Na sisi tunasema hivi, raia wako na manufaa mengi kutoka hapa, maana wanafanya biashara, wanatengeza pesa kidogo, wanapeleka watoto shule. Taiba hapa tubaminto.
Ende torosia saya, buya toka rosia. Epare ya mayarigere logoro, ebioski byabe. Katika ge pare yabe kwa, ebioski byabe. Abande baligere ukimate, abande baligere ukiro.
Chinga kibono abantu baganyerete kororanga omwelio bwesabariega nereliye Iga bonchelia oboigo bali no gosemelia boguchigo chako bonchele bwabo boya na boigo gosemelia konyoro bokonyi kuruase bali no moyo bwancha ili banyari gutrenia obonchele bwabo naende kulipotiri gatase kiao kia Getembe kuroigase echiro ya marigiti gotoko bogatakati bwo mucho bosongo ili tera na igonkoro kwa dipon asanya
Agos kabusio ni gobono abeboli na boigo abawatani ao bechisemi baboliwe kubaterana na bana babo na boigo kubasira irinde banyare kwenyorera amasomo yekerero bose yekerengo kiri keganeiri ase amatuko ayaiga nigo ari gukwanwa no mosike Jafet Nyakundi oyore omujumbe okitutu chache no tase county ya Kisii litikoregoro ekero anyarete gutarera abamenyi be bunge yaye na boigo kaukwana ebirebyo nigo anyarete kobora nganere bya kera enka enyare kwenyorera chinguru chestima ase amatuka yaiga umuriketo Daniel Ontiri natwariganirite roboti oro
asogosanga nabamenyi bebunge ya kitutu cha North igoro ya sebarule asebale na sebaro chikimagendero mubunge bwensemeiga mwasike Jafet Mokaya Nyekundi nigo haira chinga kichaye nabamenyi bechinsemo chake gutu ensemo yeiranya gesoko moromba igati chinsemo chinde chinyinge na monase ward ya Munyerero asa ene kibuna nabegetumokia hasoko ene kibuna kire nyumba yatolere chinguro cy'umurero hase myake igara bisi
ina chagaiga esengenju yestime yino Nimaete mwachande kire myake mingi mwachande kire myake mingi mwamere gesunte myake mingi lakini muna naikira ali tukoliare egesunte
ukwana chinga kicho boigo hasesemo ya magendero nigakwanira mukyoe bokogendera kubwatirana na bubwatani au bechisemi Ele koene kebona ebirengo bichisemi byagendere gukini wasensemeyo na nigago chachinga kebonge yo yabeire ke okolya bobe hasa mangana ya masomo na monasa matuka magiga
ndaro nyako misie basari kiro mondo konyora temo somya bana kwa timalemo obole mogono gukoragure no gosomya omwana sawa sawa na inje I will make sure to arose rich school eskuru bune yeito yaitibo boys nimbegete 20 million ndaete kwagache goroba engia gari
umukia bokogenda kubwatesia umurai wense obono Dr. William Samoei Ruto erikoeneke buna eganga yae yaikiranire yogwekiranira abakenya magendero negati yarebo igakwanira asaboria abamenyi bense miyo bagendere kumubwatesia
ose njorobo chumbu neno mugachigwe kiama seyo muma itese kiama keli nchana ambaile namba isano kotangani William Ruto oyo kabere Professor Kiture Kindiki oyo gatato Cecil Mbariri oyo kane akoro kwasa noma oyo gatano omwisyo
asense mwende abamenyi bense meiga nigo bagenderete kogokera obuya kobe kwa bisi kwa bagambe abaye asumukia abogokania obosalia sechense mecho boigo koeneke buna abamenyi banyorira bokoreri we serikali angena sebali Kulibotereke daseni kia Getembe kurega se kaunti ya Kisii litrene nguruku Daniel Untiri
na ase ege kabono nigo abamenyi abubare abaremi be chae ase factory ya Kibirigo iyo gutoka meye county ya Nyamira bono banyarire ko babakwe murunganiria ekero asekero otumeke obobe bwechibesa kurase oboteneneri ebwe factory yo ya Kibirigo litkore igoro nigo bono ekinekyo kose nigo ekina konyekia abegirwe obosio bwekegambiro gocha gukwanira ekero bono aba director bonsi baganire gocha gukwanira engane yo bono kyanyarite gusukirwa oguika chitariki 14 cy'umutenyo yega ogatano na kabere mwaka uyo iga elio kotegererwa gose elio kokwanira ningi kegerete ayo okungusana kogendete kwanekiwa ase oburai we factory yo korende nigo ekororagana gose nigo egotebekana aba director baiga tibanyarite kubwatoka amasakara gose documents echirichiganiri elio kuikirania gose kobeka ekinekyo kenyare kogenderera
etwacha abuna abaremi bakebiriwo ase ngenjo yokuliya aki yabaremi be factory ekara twachete tukanyora ng'anto irie GM tukaranga goika tubwatia sheria ekotia to GM ekara tubeka mang'ana ito tugambe tuigwano
egento kiagerete last year ekara twakorete GM ntwa yete teka twa ekegendo korukanga solutions tukachikoria lise bitao biru na biarenge muri mitaisanika so tukateba torigie omo auditor akore auditing yakore ekera akorire tumane kurangiri GM tokore GM tororenga twaisanekire
aso mwaka 2024 abako indicating ambao ne tunone richani yarimo na indu na baremi bakantu abanyene na ruto kugora twanywa ngaitoko yagora Mombasa kuzenge birigo ngakirende bawe kababe kanga tashi ndu one tunone richani yarimo ekige karete issue ekaruto kubaboria ama thanga ko baingiria tore
aketo kumitiga kino intu na babaraka etubwenerete tokoreki twegwe akieito obo maene bwitu twacha tokoreki tonyore bono ntonyoreti ngitokwenda yitariki chinga nande twacha totebigwe obo maene bwitu
kaki togotsabe serikali nyari go tuigwe ebiriro byaito etobwate sie buna ntwabaremi ekyara twanyanganyirwe
twakanire na endonyo onyesi yo ego jigotenenera na buchisingi tori bako ba saineri ba egwe jironi bamoje ni batenenere jironi ejinga babaire they will be responsible na buba gwaka na jironi ejo tali omuremi okebirigo twegwana ni abaremi so ekero tugwikira ng'anto tagetobo ene gwo muremi bororekane no tutagete wone kotia to mukutano
aba mama baito ga mubaroche mbago chandeka na intutorega batosometi ene ratosometi bono bachandekete torega iga bachirega kotini directors na igure kesi kyabere nga mbalengo mbaena nete submission bairuli tukolinde patirende utakwana neki ntwalikariro bocha se president over the same karoba to evidence ya mararamisha ribabwate natomete aba auditor kuru Nairobi au balengo last week igo na inte nkwera nuchi Nairobi torigereria report eri abantu ngorwani tari aba director na abayibi bali bakwibera abangi naba mo director onde bwenso korega sinje ntorwana nere lakini onye bali bakwiba bande bonzi baruburasima amina kero muibe ibire kero kwa mubwate rasimete te but bali bagotanga kuba minyokitore mbaro barangi bagokora lakini mbakwibera abangi naba torororo
abarai nigo baborigwe korwa amasikani gocha sabarai bonsi bari ase etiabisi omo MCA omukoro bwe wodi ya Kiogoro ime ya Nyaribari chache county ya Kisii muski Samuel Apoko nigo bono anyare ko mochia abarai bari babere bakubotuka chinkwana chitari cha maskani gocha se aba mwabona chinga kechecho nigo amochire chinkwana chiae oyore omo waziri ebubolendi waime muski Kipchumba Murkomen ni kiagera Kipchumba Murkomen nigobono anyara kuboria abanyanyimba banyare kutumika chibunduki na ondo bwensi okogenda mamincha yeri chiko anyare kuraswa goika ogukwa
ngana litangani ntaete gochakira nerio mwasili Kipchumba Murkomen statement eri ameke nga mondo ndo bwensi okogenda police station ya kuri sasi njero nare ko motebi na nje no murayi no yogambire nando gochukugamba amatukonda abasobwe ko bwense arego tena se public na anda ali sa tena apologize to the Kenyans na abantu barasibuke ko ruchinkoro chabo. That's like that. Again to runyo go blame manto baranya ko ire blame to the president and what have you. That blame goes directly to Murkomen because nero kwanet. Gonje na manara ko masorano mugambi na ande motebi ngaki aye ndugu yane kora apology to the public of Kenya. Period. Ekende gya kabere ekinare go kwanira na amatanga abali tukorie chuma. Say to machoke. Nanje no murai. Namonta ite goteba ngaki abantu baito tuachakere go Syria e tradition yetu yake kusi. Ngakaro monta gotinde kutigatinde kuna maskani. Tari oroto konyo ali baga yo kogenda gukora siasa as much as turaba na siasa. Number 2 inje no monto kogende kanisa nando gusasimanya sai bwa kene amarika kare konta bya se kitabu kya barumi komene se kebunga kama abari no kubwa basikwe kubwa kone ngo yo wachira so ko wenso nyankora tiri amana nyasai. Igonde bwensi ochorire nonye tumutageti tigasikwe ne gya kabere constitution yetu ya Kenya getekero muntu bosubore kobere satageti one kinaro ari ge kobera omuchumbe bo machoge inche no muntu nkiangogeti namanara gote banga abantu baminto nonye ensi yetu yabere libere rinene tigatosikane na kuamona abari office bono basikwe nonye ninche nandega omo MC ono kongambere gwadi ya Kiogoro ko Walter amusigete Jerate yonda amurame njari nda amuchongete umuchumba ono kurusairi ombuyete chikura wa musigete jerate yonda amuchongete gona manara gote bangi gentokeri nkerete ti picture ngia na ande ira ageregere tugwatene nabagusi onye tokorigie gento turigi nabagusi
omwancho morigere nekero chingwana chikumurusia abisi gose ko mo impeach omugavana we county ya Isiolo omoske Abde Guyo chigenderete nigo bono abaseneta banyare guchika rituko ria juma ne ewiki gocha na boigo rituko ria juma 5 chitariki isano na isato na boigo chitariki kianda elio gocha gukwanera engana eyo omo governor yo omoske Guyo nigo akomochigwa ase ogotumeka chibesa che county bobe na boigo ogotabwatia richiko roboti rubuna rwariganire no murikito Sam Mienda.
Now, Honorable Senators, I welcome you to this special sitting of the Senate.
Aba MCA 15 nomo egatia 13 nigo baiki omuswada bwo kumurusia abisi omugavana we county ya Isiolo Abde Guyo.
Hearing of the charges on the proposed removal from office by impeachment of Honorable Abdi Ibrahim Hassan, the governor of Isiolo County.
Kubatikana no kurusigwa kwa bisi ku mugavana uyu nigo ritukolia rero amo speaker bwe bunge ya Senate Amason Java Kingi arangilia egikaro kya bene iri kuringoria okurusigwa kwa bisi kwa Guyo.
I regret to interrupt your recess, but this has been necessitated by urgent legislative business which requires to be dispensed with.
Korengana neri chiko ero omugavana arusigwe abisi nigo omonogere bwe bunge ya Senate nigo akorangiria egikaro elia abaseneta kurigereria enchera abaseneta barawunengie iguru yo muswada oywe eya monelia committee y'abaseneta 10 para isaranse eri kuringoria omuswada bwo kumurusia abisi wose abaseneta kunengia omuswada oywe ase obwamo.
The Senate may 1 by resolution appoint a special committee comprising 11 of its members be investigate the matter in plenary.
Korengana nekina kya Abdi Guyo nigo abaseneta bake kurana gwikera kuringoria omuswada oywe asobwamo.
Sergeant at arms kindly close the door and draw the bar. You know, honorable senators, the result of the division is as follows. The ayes 32 votes, Nays 0, abstention 0. So the ayes have it.
Omuswada oguyo nigo oraba omuswada ogatano na gatatu gesa obochori bwo mwaka o 2022 guyo bono nigabwaterani na momocho 10 egati yabo obutumeki obobe bwabisi egati ya momochande.
Charge number 1, gross violation of the Constitution and other laws, failing to deliver an annual state of the county address for 3 years he has been in office, by employing a bloated workforce, including 36 advisors in the office of the governor. Charge number 3, gross misconduct. The particulars of this allegation are that the governor grossly violated Articles 10, Subarticle 2, 27, 28, 7.
Igobono ebunge ya Senate erachi kogendera gukora okuringoria gore y'omuswada bokuruswa abisi kwa guyo neba koti yatebanga omuswada uyo tonyara kobago kogenderera. Reporter ya Getembe Nsam Yenda.
Ase egati yali abeirega kubitanse gesa serikali yega echaka tigondo chenga bono amangana impeachment ojase abarai o anemono aba governor nigo bono egendrete kubitanse ase ense ya Kenya ngakero mwaka gwika tutware oroboti ro mu governor koligiwa kurusigwa abisi mwanzo muriga gotigana anayo nikondo chenga mbaroro banyare kusangana inchi chinga kichabo no mambi embusurengi yako tabukurubonchari bumwanja ako ndani na boigo Dominico Irere ako takura bonya bomokora bonyakera high five high five nge minute by the way etinechi salamu gosi echo aina makwani geta abantu babiri bawutwara se geta meeting high five nge minute I Dominic Irere na boigo oyago teba Christopher Atandi, good morning and a happy new month. Watching live from Burangi, Kenyambi with my wife Lydia Kerubo, Abana Sheila Matiangi, Moranga Mikae, Mama Mungina Tata Moranga, pamoja hadi itamati. Have a good day. Have a good day. Bana Basirate Mogekonge, happy new month. Matilda Kura Adoa Qatar, Wekaseto Nyamasibi pamoja. Pilipili hoho Batimani watching live. Pilipili hoho. Happy new month kwa abantu batimani na Grace Ombati yote bakuru Kenya bingi na umochokoroshani pamoja hadi tamati igo mwensi balimo gendete kurika ujumbe echeno aiga gendera kurika kutasi chinsemecho cha Facebook kugenda comment section manyireteria o chisemo chirombate kurumambia abono nabo igo ningokoganeri atware omotinyi oyoiga ugatana kabiri ore omonto erero Victor Omondo Mienda oteba Awote wakurwa Kilimani tuko pamoja hadi itamati tionde nembia mona sana Victor Mondo Miena ande want to be listening igotirikora bicha na boko manyina bakirike noranya nelio girioko koiwa toroje chiviche kana boko manya Natasha Mkyuta agote ba happy new week okay wiki nendere no nyene roi wiki rero ne kuri Jumanne kurindi happy new month Natasha Mkyuta inyoro motinyo yega no yoga tano na kabiri rero ne tarike ya mwatane toto la Kisii Nancy Ongiri kurwa kanyimbo niko ndani mbia mono sana Teresa Kimto niko ndochenera utebana good morning Matilda, we thank God for this new month from Karatina together mbia mono sana Teresa Kimto twensi ntogende tukwera nelia mbia mono hasia umotinya omoya Alex Mauti nera utebakurwa Kisii County no Indi meyo moroberio amona David Mauti nyakweba mbuya mono sana kendera koba ime yo morobere ekeongo Mary awatabakorwa gesima nyavuya wika seito keroka pamoja hadi tamati Samson Ongaga nera watabatali gotigara magega korwa kyango bokione ri yabu eramane komo mpaka omoere bakatafana komo obaka engorigo mwensi bari mukendereza kusanga eme yo murobere go betwane moncho murigereria nerebya onyare kurika yani ntagite presence yago emanyakane gaiga ekero tocha kumutinyo igo moya ekero tocha kanae asemiroberi ya Getembe TV yeri tukoria rero tocha kana muroberi wa bwetwani igekero le meyo muroberi nere bya kwa beke salute wate bionde gali gwataga babere batatu onye naye na mwago onye naye no murugyo abana bao lakini abana linde bachire school to basa gotaga abana bakibe school babwana teko tuka kirasi meboni gikiagira rero mbagwate chisime sinse mocha YouTube na botonyara buna Getembe TV and FM sogoto ogoso anaroga lise live chats batamwingo kunyolenga na YouTube na bukonyara kubeke comment yago waroro na bwo wetira se namba ya studio yara secretary TV yao na bwo nyara kulika ujumbe yago gochaiga ase studio ase kekere bose togosanere Emmanuel Onchiri tonyara kurigiria ayo agendrete na bwo na rariale ase chigazeti cheritko rialero kendra gotigara ime iyo murobere wetwani ya Getembe.
Superstores nero eduka asorgo ngurigarua South Nyanza yanchere amone company ya mabati rolling mills eyuko yabwatuka uchiase abaonia aiga ntobwate showroom asura achabwirigirie amabati andonsialia utagete showroom yeto nigo enkale eyuerengia na boigo ekogokiriso yao chingaki ogoswasa yiga kurigiriria amabati aiga ntobwate team tempo abo bagokolemiremo ase showroom yiga babwate chingoro chingia chugo kwarigania na boigo cho tebererie kende gensi uraganie bagotebererie company ya mabati rolling mills niko babwate amabati chingencho ao ayuare ye chikala ao na boigo ayuiga bwate chi profile net gauges ao unabono babwate normal corrugated na boigo box corrugated asibego babwate boomerang ayuare aye chigage emerongetato asama mabati aliaye chigage emerongebe na isaro na isato babwate tile profiles alia au oriental elegantal versatile gross na boigo na versatile mat MRM niko babwate lifestyle ayuago chana roman jinko na boigo web design babwate yigani kabwate chikala bunabone lia chaco gray brick red tile red maroon sky blue na boigo na green obutambe bwe mabwate yiga niko bokolengana amo nukuganya gwe customer mbabwate bintu bindi boigo ebyo okunyara kabo gutumika chinga gicho gwakiranya mabwate yiga ase nyumba yao tutari rero ase ouru MRM showroom onyare kabo gukwerera amabwate yu akomenya segeka ayo uchanye warrant na boigo ayo orakoberwa ikasure asubwango eduke yiga ya ouru superstores yego toka se enyumba ya ouru complex imiyo muchuyigo busongo iyo erangene duka ya Safaricom boigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers iyo angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera sete namba chabo 0111161500 Ouru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Silva Care ni nyagitari ya kerero asumu chubusungu ensema ya mwembe mbarbare nigekomo SDA asepare kurobo sungu guche Kilgoris nigekurwa obugwenia asenchira ya kerero asugutumia chimashin chekerero abu asibwa tabanyagitari bobwate obumanyi bwigoromono mbobwate inpatient usichi ward na boigo outpatient abasaba roire bakubwenigwa na koira na gochiankam mbobwate maternity ya kerero yubwate chimashin chekerero laboratory yekerero gose ase okorengwa kwibirengo bigoro ekerengo kyobo chinu nigo kirigoro asinya gitari ekobwanya gitari ndionsi asorgongoro iga boigombo bwate ensemo yokomana gose modern theater ensemo yukoringoria nobuwenia bwa maisa gose optical department abase bwate boigo eduka yibirore ase ebigori byonsi etani abu mbobwate boigo ensemo ya maino ino kose dental section yebwate chimoshen ichekarero yobwate boigo pharmacy kose duka ya mariogo yebwate amma riogo onsipi aliuraganiriwe goetania onsi liguliriabo neliansepi ngwanchira bale omoroberio osha osibali bwate omoroberio osha naboigo nkurike bale omoroberio osha otarigwakanira kende gyonsi asamange bakire simyase namba 0799747414 Silvercare Hospital afeyao nomogoko ito inchuo bono. Stemo Nugabas ninya gitari ekukurwaria asechinchira chikero kurwa chinse cha Michael nigo bakurwa obubwenya bwabene asekera omoroire abo asekera bakurwari with a lot of privacy okubwenigwa ayebweka asibitanda byabo bibwate obubwenya bwabene mbari gutomeka ntetere gustarko beto sindane yira kubekere chemical ndiyonse asomobere igwa nigo kubwenya amarwire bunabono egetekyo mugongo naboyiko kwirania amawugabya abanyagitari babo nigo bwate obumanyi bwebirengo byechinse echa Michael ekero bakorwa obubwenye bwabo nigo bakora n'ubwanchani obonene namaguri yabo nigo ale ayanse monokigima bagutoka ase nyumba ya Umoja Complex third floor eyo yalenge Family Bank enkro eyere angene Cooperative Bank asamange bakere simyase namba 0741903162 0758066164
Inche asamarieta ngoroku Agnes Mora omonyagitari omonene Ostemo Nugabest nkoirali bageri mwensi ababusi kubaligania ase Stemo Nugabest aiga Stemo Nugabest etokobwenia ase gotumia chi machine chekerero igo bali mwensi mwachandikira asama rwaire ao twabariganiri tobae obobwenia bwekerero inchu mwensi togokera obobweni bwaito aiga Stemo Nugabest biamon
ajirira gocha Stemo Nugabest abo ase uranyore obokoreri bwigoromono. Gotera chinkureta elioki waitero ne chingake gotumeka chinko chinyinga asumuriro omusinine boygo byaitero ne chingake bono alpha rice brackets na lyuri chiburiao ase okorosia endagera na boygo gwata asibigori byonsi ni chiamate chonsi alpha rice na makara ao nigo arosirie ne teknolojia yekerero tabuatirioki no nyenerika agotumeka kemono nende akoira egeka kujya umuriro ene kebemberi digoridiae neligiya amakaraega nigo agokeania kuna chukwimite yeito gose deforestation boigo obuyabono nobo ogokeania gokonyora kwindwali ya kansa alpha rice brackets na bogutumeka ase chioteri chinyagitari chinka chiskuru na boigo nabugusamba inyama tutarere asumu chubusungu na bugutwakere isimi ase namba 0111502030 alpha rice brackets naye twanchete.
Eduka ya wabomo ya Uhuru Superstores Limited nero eduka cholide ili kubwatuka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyuere company nambe yemo eyo karose chirangi meyense liga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira sokoro isya ebintu bilia bikomanya seka ngo kwanira chirangi echo boyiko chire chichi brand ao echo chire chingi ya kerage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao punabono mbabwata chirangi cho wakwa imeye nyumba isiko ya nyumba chire chikomentra nibua amavuta yani oil na boigo chiria chia mache inyuranga chirange chiga nigo chiri kurwase chire chiri guririke iriria gatigati gwikari guri ria bantabati moigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo gwate emixer iyo gwochoganya chirangi wikabunuragani gwochoganire erangi yiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores na bokwege namuna ekale aho watagete nigo kwayanyora gwikirano tutarire rero eliwe nyorere abamanyi naboigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chibiasara nchibwa tokorelekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego toka se enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo eyuerange neduka ya Safaricom Mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers eyuere angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani. Gusie bono na bukwegokia asogo sonja ETV ya uwanje tea Getembe Television Network wetera Zuku Satellite Channel number 038 egoki nimirulu ao ya Getembe Television Network ayene amatiao kuli miensi ya Kenya, ili ya Tanzania, Uganda, Malawi, Wikanonya Zambia egulire edekoda ya Zuku chinga kichiga chimereka je Christmas amonogo chingira kumwako muya iliwego kinemirulu yetu ao inyoranga nigo okonyora a channel ya Getembe wetera ase Zuku Satellite Channel number 038 Getembe Television Network ekeonga kia mamogusi. Subscribe ase channel ya Getembe TV rero ili wimanyibu na mangana watika kira chingake ase channel ya YouTube ya Getembe TV nigo toko kora live streaming ya mangana maya chi video ne bipindi bya Getembe ao ngakiende yonse inyoranga ngwetera ase official channel ya Getembe TV. Subscribe, comment ase chi video chito boigo share na basani amone amate ejo baigokie bemanye na wesemia tobase kweva turn on a notification bell yani ekengere edio onyariko bagoko yanyora chingaki abikiri ase omtandao Getembe Television Network ekenakyo ekeonga kia mamogusie.
Boy Juakali Center neduka egokoneria ebitamba byokorosia echisovaset ebirugo byechisovaset bagomba bwate chikapet chisanduki cy'abana bagucira eskuru na boygo echo kubekera chianga nigo babwate emeito yebirengo ao kurwa eri abana bagucira eskuru amarangeti ebitamba byokwara na kurarira babwate chichiko chiviba chokoroseria ebirugo na boygo chips chokoros chipillowcase echo okorarira.
Gagi umwana yo boy diganda ndango ichibesa ntabwate muko lakini naikire taraja seito nanyorire mwa boy chiwakali hai bone chibesa kwenda mpulingi go pulingi emeito ya bana bakuchere sukuru emeito yo konyora bana chisare kwa razangu ra duniani kaki horoje paka nabwate paka ebintombire bakoro kwa chiferi beti chikorozi ebirogo biechikali hai kaki apa kusiba sipika imore kaki imore hai inju waki mwenzi tabatari ninju goja moye binto kuruga mwapo ichi wakali hili omuganga James yonkorogo kaki
mbabwate chitandarua chokorosia ebirugo byechigali nabo igo ebirugo bya leather gusechi sofa set cha leather gwetaniabo nigo kubanyora babwate chi velvet echo oranyare koroseria ebirugo byao gusekende gyonsi origeti korosia nebintu nebyo mbabwate cha Rams ase ebirengo ao manyiga nonya nechitandarua chokorosia chihema mbabwate kaibagotoka nigo bagotoka ange ne hotel ya Kisii Hotel katikati yo musikiti odaraja mbili na Oru Superstores barabari na Kisii Hotel gutaka kumanya bange na kugura kende gyonsi bakire ase enamba 0720688220 Boijwa Kali Center inkyukanyete utaragura ebintu bya okuroro
Njempo ichwa karisto na bariga ni mwesto kole biashara sobwamo ingotoka opposite Kisii Hotel na bariga ni mwesto
Gaki. Gaki, genda mwapoi gaki nyasaye baba poli chwa kali. Gaki, egotoka alinsali tara chambini. Gaki, ligere libudango kuanete, omushi omubihili. Gaki, nariri goli kwa arense. Ebinto nago lile gaki. Fui chwa kali. Hili. Gaki, hili. Ngogongonya. Mushi omubihili. Kulite bintu muni mamba.
Nigo bakwigura amatukonsi kuri nderi tukuri sabato tibari kwigura.
Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda. Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda. Ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbare injara. Ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbare injara. Uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandegere. Uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandegere.
Ana asensemo gazeti chinga kichiga cha abono umambi neli tuko ritarikemo lituko ya Jumanne tarikemo motinyo gatano ona kabere onjiri wakire happy new month
nonjendero nachikuliriria nanyora twasero mo
nkwa inyore tukurubo tukong'arero mo ngutambuka turo motinyo
na ngive nawe lakini rende
osengwa manyite nonya junior erire
maite squeeze tu kumanyana matuka gusuka lakini rende mbia happy new month tu noro torole buno koba
karibu sana ndochiri tukuria lero na education CS Julius Ogamba will today July 1st 2025 release KUCCPS placement result for 2024 KCSE candidates who qualified for admission to universities and colleges. The event will take place at the ministry's headquarters at Jogo House in Nairobi. Chinsa ninye chabon mambigo aboroki bonsi bari banyarite gochora chi university au na boigo chi college wetera kusips yego chiaroko usikeyo CCPS na kimware ko yeroka kire kyombeke ngabono litkorera ronko nyora para machi ubamanye university wachorete kwa rangeri gochara usendereri kwabekirwe.
Okay, rero maite baganyirenga kintambe lakilende ta intambe mono lakirende no mosiesi yatebete na rero ngo sokari result. Let them be patient rinde barorasi barangeri gwerinde banyare kwebanga mapema maite bagoteba mapema na libuya
mbuya asinze mwende siasa onchire buna botambe siasa metenero konyole bwate lituko mensi ya Kenya ituko ndikora siasa itarakwa ndoche kiama kia Wiper Democratic Movement WDM bono nigo ke rigetie gochenjeria ta gocha Wiper Patriotic Front WPF Wiper Democratic Movement gocha Wiper Patriotic Front timetinga egera tokorigereria Wiper Democratic na Wiper Patriotic
okay of late na roche omosike madakarua the same akachenje kiama kia kurwa is it NAK ikanda Liberation part of Kenya na huyu latest warusi kurwa Wiper what to
Wiper Democratic Movement yachire Wiper
Patriotic now I don't know abono chama yani hivi vya vile una movement like orocheriete patriotic the other name was Liberation alafu ntobwate discipline bwate citizen for what logebe kire skiza wa Kenya so it is like abantu abe bago form parties get chire like a movement yani chigo condemn the current situation of the country ono na Wiper ndonye bachenje tigo that's the same route na mother karua chenjeti negia current regarding gashaguyo ngomo konyi won monene bwense nere kikiae nkebwate DCP Democratic for Citizen so like ebako maybe ebatete byame byabo bitwale sense abana inji barolenga ki kyameke
Nakibono ikeko Kenya busibore yako Kenya chinguru anyway ayu una ya siasa korende nkagrete nga ikreto kuriga ase gazeti chirtu kurera Emmanuel where is in Dangui nebwate bunabone gazeti ya The Standard igebwate bicha yomosa oyomo oyonerendo chengani go are blogger igabono wana blogger koranga nigo bare target sana bali bagutumeke mitandao munabono omutandao o X mono nigo ndoche ngwano yiga nigo aberega kubura ase amatuko ndoche aborire amatuko wika 11 12 days ekerobono ndoche egazeti gane bwate amangana mangi ane mono kirogukwana amangana bona abductions na boygo obo tumekibobe bwechinguru ase aba nyanyimbo bwate waize Ndiangui na boigone bwate egati ye chibichage igachikorokia unabono naki arenge go post aiga bunabona so mutandao o X kocha chinga kichokorobekana use litukorire iliyokorobekana alitaraikana betega kuba active sana korende bono nigo yarorekane buna ase bali banyare gochererwa nigo bare wikira 53 na babere wikira litukeri gakorengana ne gazeti yiga ya The Standard korende ne bwato mugano bwo kumiga abo ese goteba ndo bwato mawakili we familia sawa we reasonably believe that police know where he is or are directly involved. There are procedures that must be followed. Arrest someone, let them contact their family or lawyer. This disappearance without a trace is not just unlawful, it is dangerous. Nga bono nonye kabolete nigo omwakilo yega gotaba abanyanyimbo mbarawa mbamanyeteki kegendrete kyagera nga nigo anyalete kutamigwa pose ometenga lichiko korengana ne lichiko kero kupwe kwa byara gusukupe ukubwatwa asensi ya Kenya nigo bonete kwa wachingaki family yao yamanye gona ki kwa bwatirwa asama mochari iga wakwana na barabu irinde bamanya no nyasore lakini boneka nigekorrakana aba Kenya abasa abangi nigo bakobora nutaka kumurigo tari komanyanga nkagiachete gochi tari konyara kumutrace
okay ya yunara genderete mate ntonkere buna at first kera banda na ba asirire in fact okonyore government use abanyanyumba abagukana ngaki mbausekaneti ase kitendo guneke alafu later kero banyorekanire bali bamagoja watenga ki nigayiretu kwa kolera uchunguzi gete kware like now umongwano oyo ndiangu kinyagia usirete around June the 21 uchiretu korwa bate banaga chiretu so bate Kino Kiambu County. What I go so yeah the key, the forefront. As a mandamana agency.
Yes.
Oh no, like saizi, serikali ego kana tema itimanga na even na kwaroche the director of criminal investigation.
Nero mborekera ega ekirando tinga the back stops here bono abakenya nere nande bakwira na sare ase gote bana cutting corners DCI boss Mohamed Amin nigobono achakire kororokana ugutandania abakenya gusachakire kororokana abakenya mbako nyaro kumwegena ekiagera kubwatukana nengana yogosira kwaye oyo mo blog oyiga ndengui kinyagia nigo akororokana agatebanga tabwati bomanyi bonde bwensi igoro yokubura ko mungwano yiga nande ekekege kego nando gotebanga ki nonye ni ntubu na DCI moja moyo nere tokorigi no onya ine bose ya otenete kyombi kyo korobutu kiko kuburia igo gosego kora confuse abakenya njira obune mukenya kiranyara okwegenda
nakibona ine okay the current status of the status of the country nabere igo ono umuntu osira bali babwenete ko bakonsani bali abanene batenenerete nende ba raise question back asaba na inchi ngaki na intwe tokonya gokora uchunguzi kyagire jamne gokana atebanga ki mtunto maitu mungwano asachiete nende tari ndu twakoze twa mugwatete kwaro pono lende now who is who na keke toko bolinga ki at his hands are we saved then kyagira abantu jamne gokana natamaite mangano mungwano na nere na bwakuri takirendo on the other hand to kumanya rende mate serikali te kuiro monde te as the current atebe ni ntutwa muira pono ne method gete ide kale kura aba silent in that baru uchunguzi gete alafu at the end bamanya kubari release ekyagera onde mwenzi obera abducted before ngocharo release watana gotenga ki ne naire tuna abantu gete abawo claim ngaki ne serikali yakurete yamugirete ikibono agendrete tubono ase Kenya yabono ika
ndoche egotebanga korengana ne amate ntubwate chijirani kero banyarite kurusia gusibachie tukorigyo mungwano wiga ne chigari cha DCI gusi chigari cha serikali neighbors mbaba roche lakini bakakani kwamba basokwana kindi gyonsi igoro ya whatever happened ase iritukerio korene ndoche nigo ngina akwera igaso burro butindia watebanga the neighbors were threatened because they were told not to tell anyone what happened. After telling them I am the mother is when they opened up and told us what had happened. Imagine. Ono paka chijirani rero ngonyo kori amate omuntu okorigo nonya nae na bira toke ngo salama ya hotel guaranteed. Mugono yini kore uchakire page ya gatatu goikira page ya gatano se gazeti ya The Standard ese gotana Amin oyore DCI boss was Directorate of Criminal Investigations director Mohamed Amin ega gotebanga gotebanga denies holding them. The missing blogger labels him wanted. Ukanire ereta manyeti egosekyo mbigia DCI ngimanyeti ase omungwano yo igagotoka lakini rene na parapuni go batanga nere bakorigi wono manyete ano omuntu agochwebekera ase twist. There is no way otebanga temanyeti ase Emmanuel are nande chinsa chinkego nande watebanga Emmanuel onye ninchenere nakarigiri nere nabere nkorigi.
Okay, lakini rende na rayu agende ta sense ono maybe youth bagwene te babe careful kyagera bono
te yoranya ariko begerera page yakane bana bego te bango is Ndiangui blogger went missing after a viral post on protests and nigo he had been active online in the lead up to the June 25th Gen Z led protests niga nyarete ko ba active umono ase omutandao o X korende bono nigo oyarorokera ko ikiraboniga ekirego tabanga ase ritukeriga etarike yayamo ritukoria rero the IG kose Inspector General of Police na boigo DCI was expected to appear in court if they fail to produce Ndiangui ngogo ikirabo ritukeriga onye omongwano yuga usomosa yuga taranyara kobaga kubwatukwa nigo bono o nene bwabanyanyimbo na boigo oyotenete kiombe kia DCI bobonete gwika obosio bw'ekigambiro IG Kanja DCI ordered to produce missing blogger ng'ana bwo babwenete kumanya ngai agutuka banyare kumubwatuka. At the same time, page ya kabere ndochenero ngukwarere na grief as a Boniface Kariuki dies from gunshot injuries after 12 days in ICU. Oyo no mongwana ori monchumurigiria oroboti gosi engana ya betege koimukia mabirira matindi ase abakenya ase okorobekana wakorekanete amatuko 12 aerire gosi ewikeri ya etitutigeri ya June 25th akonye ewikeri nde nando kurubikana nguru gwakorete ukwaye gukumorera Albert Ojwang kurinde nande omongwano yombo ororekane tore konia chi mask akanyara wakwa risasi no munyanyimbo obire ase ICU ase amatuko 12 hwikira bono litukore igoro litukore mwisonde bagate banga kebongo nigo konye akure abo litukore igoro nigo banyarite gutangaza nga amaene amenyoria Emmanuel umete nande nguchene bori urishwa sama tukayospi arenge ase ICU moya arenge gosene njire moya alekonya kwa aba Kenya Hope Singer takuretia sama okali abanyanyimbo.
By the way, it's a question.
Njira teyo bagototebe on Sunday orobotiro abwatu kiruna ki is brain dead okure kebongo na umanyite wanto umuntu akure kebongo kene ngio kiranyara ukora miremo asumobere.
Okay, kero mungwano yu anyate gwa kulisasi immediate amangana kande mitandao all that.
Na bora nyoreka
nyari gosiri obokima. Alafu immediate after litukeli likaela alafu mambia naliye familia yekero there was like
abanda bange bamaito ukure gagetrisasi yakako.
In that even the country was aware wagateba there was a day na rochiri bange mask day na rochikiro monta abegetenga zeti yani mask so bagateba mungwano utakuwe nama tukaendelea gosuka bagateba na
familia kaoro kega
moya ale lakini gali na bad condition na what some brain damage. So before before batebete numungwano nyare gusiri obugima bwae asinali batete na his brain is now dead. Bononga fail to understand naki ege kaikege tambe is it that umungwano yo na igasire ti obugima bwae lire bakamanya bakaira in a way that kiagera there was a lot of tension na
Manya sama tukaiga ebile ya nyagitari yarenge 800,000 close to 1 million. Nande ndo chinga serikali na boya mwete katebanga nyagitari ya KNH ase Kenyatta National Hospital animona se balibunsi batari ucha nyagitari babwata madeni especially banyorete injuries kurwase ukurubekana. Wana kanyara kubeke waiver.
Okay, wise kulegeria asegete there was an uncle to that man igoro. Onyalete otebanga kibuna nyagitari ya turangereti konyo yani to confirm no siriro bogima bwaye elinde banyare kurusie life supporting machine but again tonkere kenge there was a timeti osenkwanyalete kuligereri. One of my question is it that maybe mungwano ni gasireti obogima lakini nyagitari eka by time ya enseira nensake kiagera norocha matukaya magega beire lakirende neli swali li nene sana. Okay, let him rest in peace onyasire tu mabwaye na
mangana
amangana na mange
yes
ainde na makomu
na bondo chekotanga 3 is the number of surgeries Boniface Kariuki underwent to remove a bullet lodged in his brain. Doctors believe he was shot with a 12-gauge shotgun commonly used in hunting. Nigo ndoche abale tumara gatatu mwana huyo nyora se page ya kabere na aiga Meye County ya Nairobi court detains 3 activists linked to mobilizing protests. Bono ikigambiro nigo kianyarire kogendera kubabeka abiara abakuranira oboene bwa mwanya bantu gusichi activist bare batatu ase okoba na nabo banyarete gusegeta okorobekana na ndoche kurase county ya Kilifi. I think pia Emmanuel amangana impeachment zimekuwa too much asinsi ya Kenya. I think kasi ende nande toete abarai gusitochoreta abarai ochavisi no kugenda gutuguta abarai bande gusoko na gukora impeachment ese genjo yabere nyingi.
In fact,
yes,
ndede orie the current regime yo musike William Ruto alafu ise kuligere kurumaga ise kuligere makurumaga
magega ometekere to abate buna bono mu governor umukuru gwe county ya Kiambu Ferdinand Waititu na Mike Sonko bako impeached arengege kone yani alikoba
ya yeye ntugete ani ekegeni sana alafu nendo use kuligereria asenga kielia use kubwati impeachment yabo njarenge sama legit njenge
yes okolire kwa oranga na maene muntu nabwata mamocho
lakini bono use kuligeria kurwa 2022 mpaka saizi in fact no tote abagabana abange babere impeach ne bambachie tisiko already mbabete impeach the senate kabaira ni back kwara the likes of governor Meru Kawera Mwangaza bakamunjia bakomuimpeach senate kamwira ni almost 2 times later naende bakamurusia at the end of the day hererenda akanyara kwenda isiko uise kuligeria even abumbali bali bachiete isiko mbali bado baimbichitegu bakaira ni gume the likes of the governor Kericho kwaroche
yes
akaonjoruga akaira ni gume na abande babo bono nkirito maitenga ki abantu abakuba impeach is it that ebaku impeach na political way yani kisiasa use mbata ikuigwana na one way or the other
omanyete oikira boniga ndoche nande omugavana bwe county ya Isiolo ntobate omoske Abde Guyo nere ndoche nero ukurigirirwa kigima ase amatuka ndoche nga senate bono yabangire next week chitariki isano na isato chitariki 8 na 9 bachi gutwara the full house bachi gutwara plenary yoko yoko tegerere ngane yo yae yoko impeachment yae na boigo ndoche se county ya Kilifi mbabete successful iko baute bana impeachment Kilifi County Assembly Speaker ousted speaker wa county assembly ya Kilifi anyalete gutugutwa isiko na ekirondoche yanyalete koba successful kurase ensemo eyo na tokurigire buna bono aiga gusi tatwara mo deputy governor mo deputy governor oringe ewe county ya Kisii moske Dr. Robert Amonda akanyara kwa impeached na ndika pa successful county ya Nyamira twabire to county ya Nyamira tukaba tugutwara omo speaker omokoro omoske Enoko Kero na raka tukutero ale na korinde chi omo governor chiro chi cyare koraka nga nkotema bali gukwana na nde bayikaiga akoranga nchichete kwa successful.
Okay, lakini rende onye bakuba impeach na good way onye maybe in cases of fraud corruption mbia lakini aga to so Kisii rende ngakeli oko impeach deputy governor mbamuruse tiaro bagateba ngaki case kya kenge wazi tokenda Nyamira naro bakamurusie speaker bagateba pia tabwate wazi the same before mbate mete governor Nyaribo
yes
nere nkagete kure yemo ya mosevit by that time
bede tukuri buna bono county ya Embu kurwa matukama gega nero ya bwatengane yo merwero ya nyarako ba successful nero yes nechi nyingi chabere chigutwara issues abunecho korende okubare wetonga kero kende onye ba gukora impeachment asinjiri kubwatira ichiko let it be lakini onye nande impeachment ichiga chiko bwata na siasa gose okonyaranga siasa ere menere go drive emotion ichiga abara imba bwana tekorigere achinjira chinde cyo gwikirania amangana ari batomire gukora ase chavisi chabo page ya gatano narimo egoteba gazeti ya The Standard yote wana OCS Talam mkwana lose bid to block Ojwang murder trial abaiga babere tupato mo OCS o Nairobi Central Police Station abo igon tupate mkwana nere nigo obare igati ya bari bagenderete kugambiwa kose bagenderete ko rigererwa kigima igoro yosira kwa ya Albert Ojwang na Pijagata Nakabere Kalonzo, I will not jump a ship and join Ruto. Moske amuraibu ikema kia waipa. Ikema wano kego tukobanga waipa ndote kia rule democratic. Wano kego tukoba narore ili talinde gari. Kego tukoba patriotic. Agotabanga wano taligo chia agotema waswa ime ya serikali yayo Moske William Ruto. The former vice president said he is firmly on the side of the people. Kenya Kwanza leaders have been calling on Kalonzo to join the government side. Ereni gaotabanga ni gari ground ni gari na Kenya.
Okay, maite umoske Kalonzo Musyoka. Ngendongere itabinera bwateria yani bagoteba nate aminetie bweka yagena ba agochobe ke decision ye and ngakia iko change gochenyi maybe changes mbamba elietariria ya bwate kale the watermelon ano muntu go change maybe Kenya Kwanza mbabwate hope that na mungwano na bahara change
abago change mind anytime aso serikali lakini bonero tepelekani gare bold is a farm.
Okay. So good. Onyo amwire ngaki gambe farm on the side of opposition na rombu yalende.
Biamono sana mugano yo we county Isiolo governors impeachment escalates to full Senate plenary yura chigo korekana chitariki isano naiso turabuno chitariki kianda ewiki gocha mutinyo yoiga bono baseleta bonsi mpachiko ikaranza kutegera engana eyiga na ese county ya Bungoma ndote alarm of rising HIV rates among women in Bungoma ase oborere bwa HIV niko bogendete gukina kigima egati ya basubati me county yo ya Bungoma yere imya Western Kenya Mwanchu murigereria na ase county ya Busia kama county launches a policy frameworks to end malnutrition bono muchando bugo tanyora tindagira atire echekerengo keria keganeri niko ogendete ko oyebwaterania ose koreta gutoro muchando manne ase county ya Busia kirondo tinge county ya Ligiri chinchera cyo kwenda kimna abantu bonsi banyorire endagira ekerengo keganeri violent attacks against journalists highlight a shrinking press freedom Emmanuel amete aba I think journalists ababere bagosagana sana abaralia babere bagwikererwa sana timitina inyi usino watenga noranyara ukwana especially chinga kichiokorobekana
in fact kinege ndokero ni ndokero chekene ngaki lakini I think what the Kenya yoka like the current world no roaches in fact uracha Africa rende ikene ndokia veiro most during demonstrations amandamana nagendete journalists chibaveire ba they are right baveire bako ba abandoned like bako ba misu abandoned in fact even physical injured kiagara no roche wono iga example the current demonstration in fact even shutting down of Indeba tete na chi station chitige live streaming ini intimidation in fact kiagara chi station echi ngorenge okora streaming gana chi journalist kwa era bande bakumiswa sana bande baitwa kwa roche rora koru even the last year Gen Z protest even during Azimio demonstrations kwa the most affected nechi journalist yeba ko ba mishandle sana lakini nkelinga ki on the other hand negasi yebo utatigalinde mbali bakole ruge kyagera ine legacy ya is to gather news kwa lakini nkelibono maybe on the part of the government mbate tibabe Kevin to wazi patete ono tomenye ina dark way warali ikiagera negasi yabo bali ende mbabwate right akirende mbale basikwe gasi yabo esikwe nende baegu usalama na rights yabo tinyale kubwate kanu
gazeti ya Daily Nation
ase gazeti ya Daily Nation ase pichi ntangani tubwate amangana fiagega tubwate the SHA scandal igega tubwate bicha ya umosike ACS were in charge Aden Duale ware okay ase igega tubwate the suspended facility operates across 13 counties on Sunday umosiesi ongu address yalenga alikotebu siekire chinyagitali chinyinge in fact ngaite chikaunti echimention gaiga nchira mang akateba chinyagitali chinyinge chigo overcharge in fact yani chigo deisha lakini eba still eba gosaba chibesa akamana gotenga ki chinyagitali chinyinge njibwati facilities in fact okonyore nyagitali getego tenga ki ebwate even 100 beds kware lakini kwanyora ngaki nyagitali ebwate ida 16 kware alafu nendo ise kuligeri nyagitali chinyinge chira affected ne chi private
yes abo I think nembwate okay na very kingo tore concern for the longest time especially koro morobere sha chaka okale mirimo ikiagera chi private hospitals chinyinge ngogendo kwanyara umuntu na wabwate no nyaga kubaiga kwagenda kwaba inpatient kusiwatangu kwabekwe ward simply because serikali nebonto kubwatoka chibesa chasha okogenda ubwato muchando oranyare ko okoegwa mariogo oira ne nyomba kwanyara ko gotebuna kayebono ikiagera mariogo takeire guseninki gwatebwe bintu geteiga waitaba wabekwe ward chibese chiga serikali yatomero kwanyara nga kwabe kusena matuka 3 gusena matuka 5 ene serikali yabo tukachibesa
okay yena kikono baotenga ki se gazeti baoteba chinyagitali echinchanyoro chigo double bill chibwate false outpatient ware chikonyara kuru information yatali clear uchiase government yeah ase bichi akabere kuira na mangana alia abduction kidogo dark days for family a shoot mask vendor dies okay tari abduction lakini aya maandamano gali kwarali kirona nyache tukolge nende tatu mwabo mungwano gale whatever that he was the only son in that family timetu senkwa yeah
mete bono I think mochando ngoso ore asichi family bono
ona whatever he was the only son kirende on my side maite kerora egweka seino nende kwende bintu bine yani ongalige nabono kerale ora egweka ida seino noro erende kiagere effort nere familia ebegeta sole nende negotegemete netagotegemea kende mamete ngaki oyo nero gocha kogendra guchimoto ngobono bali so boboka kababe careful
eshida ni raro timetinge uchikia perasi abana baigo konyora bale bamanyekaine bana aba moima sijini omo moima gusina abo maima igoyo manyitiki kusina bagontebe kero konyora umwana ibuirere bweka tutebe bana no mumura bweka umwana omo moima koma konyora I think bauje batwara konyora ole issues chinyinge chiko babwati sana timetina ninki ke kogera onde naro bwate nganara yaro kusanga na intu igoro yense moi
ganara changia se saidi by the way that is true very true ente kineke maana sana
onya na mangana drugs and substance abuse na bogo chokonya rango mwana eganero engiru mono
gana okay tende tinkunya ku mention by the way that's true tote ba se nkurwa ase saidi na chinse mecho in fact tiganda atumie kenyore kene example in fact okonyora bamura okonyore ti family tinyinge babwate daba mura babere osoyo mo lakini bono tinyinge chiwato yomo by the way no meto yomo 90% I drop out na ndeba okonyora basumbwete sana Inteke nonje kiambere question sana like. Lakini ngeli bono ngwacha nare bori ga koreida nere gwekore kiregento nere ora haraka deia kware. Egente kiabe ironkero nje naro lirasi. In fact even around the surrounding. Kunyora nere gwekore lakini nere ore umube sana no na sekenyuru. Kware. Nere ore the source of problems. So I don't know usena very go. Lakini on my side ngora ikago pimora ambanje bweka nona yani nkora benje bweka bono okweberi bwoko kwara the hand ni mbate bindete kuita mpaka baminyoke boko
lakini ngaya bana aba okonyora nganere bwekore ando konyora konyoko gosereria abaiburi ngantakide ngoitane kokorane ki yani atakorerie gento okonyora konyoko eminchengera gete.
In fact, that's no isakuligereria. Even that, even the sons of senior people. Oyo mo okonyora oyo mo. Na broda bangi bantabwe bakoba the source somehow. The source of problems. Yani akora bono nere gwekoli. Ni lazima abe taken care of naenda wrong. Yani negento kiabe iro.
Ikiagira ntukuro nsema yetu ndokonyara kwana buna abaibori but something must be done. Igento nkireke bwente kurikirirwa ase abana ogotoka ngomwana nero uri bweka, especially abana bamura. I think for ladies toke kubato mwana munyaroka bweka omete na bako batu normal. Onyo no guchana na bara achande lakini tekoba Teko mwana buna ekero konyora umwana mumurarera bweka usenga ibuirera bweka asenga.
Lakini rende agento tota aki abaigori let them take care of their children. Babera abana babo ange kiaga na ubabwate bokumete babwate no opportunity yo konyora abana bandi. So abaigori tigabalenda abana babo. In fact even no musubat naronte isko galinga ki. Na jinsi mutakuerenda lakini idase ngwa kesa bono noroche the last June protest. In fact even me I was in the street lakini ngaikaze ngakeza ngaki not necessary by the way bono ngaki umuguli umaiteke mandi for example namweti ne demonstrations akani umwana tayura wa against either Muse bako soka batamaiti.
Bana ngokani gubale lakini bako soka.
In fact even the last demonstrations I saw kanyora che group yete ya schoolers. In fact they were my friends.
Secondary schools no
abande basibete flag ya Kenya gaiga kabuli ngayo no mogocha bana. In fact they told me ndo wanapenda. Si unajua tu hiyo ndo wanapenda.
Ndebo ni chinga kichimbe bari after.
Yeah. In fact parents abaigoli mbamwenete ko kani abana babe bagate yeah it is you are right lakini bono bugima bwao fast wara yo taigwenere no you know mo komulende
abange baukani go matukobuna inje nararorire instances oya akonyora ngomwana okani gutapasa gosoka para lakini singe moibuli togo sibo mwana ngori kwanyora nga chibicha chikoroka kwanyora bana bao no balinge street otametinsa ngapi baikora
lakini abakongu akirenda sense bunere bono yeta ikalenga kitu ratebe ya the likes of President Uhuru Kenyatta, the likes of yani I said the current status of the country na umuku okura alendo bugima bwa fast kyagero meto bugima no bomo tali ande kurwanera freedom rights ikinegento kiabeiro. In fact wenda mbono barorire wenda mbono twarorire ngaki there was no injustice and there was no justice. Yeah. Wenda nchengo before so ubugima bwa fast bana.
Anyway lakini abantu kiro bakurubikana rine mbakurubikana so molembe na inde I think onye turatwari kipande tino chaja yokanda kurubikana because if you are 15 I know mwana ole school okoba abantu bakugusira na abaiboli ama utoka no ole street okuminyoka wachire after street okuminyoka ingi okoboli.
In fact
ingi kwa manyo okoboli kiagera tarakora school otebene mirimo yakobolire
gose kiagera
torati kuno moibori otebe na umuibori otigire kung'akana chibesa isingencho gosekero kende serikali yabire bobe.
Lakini mi asendo je twaikire bono okay twenda street kwara abantu basiri abantu twenda street naende bono like mwenda street abasiri obogima kwara de aba basiri obogima bacha babachira street in fact ndo chasi yaikire streets yechinjiri kwa ani kwenda maybe maandamano taigo chikuru the right alternative no the right alternative the best solution kiagira abantu ngosiri barobogi mama
ne serikali yanalire bona
the other yanku aroche ngaki abantu basiriti abagoteba 64 around saingu aroche 16 lakini bakoiruka in the name of peaceful demonstration instead tigabante dabare onye baroche the current regime te right nto kunyara kuerusia strike maybe through shouting.
Yes, I've seen the leaders abagotebana sai SWD yokatura nyare gutwara against bad governance osigucha sabara ibonsi bali barababe no kwebwatere kura oganye ritukuri obochori.
In fact enero de right
way bado no chokoso achi street igago ikera ose bado natokendera konya kominyoka gosenga pesa bagendera kominyoka se street abara ibara abisimbali bali
kiagera even the senior politicians I saw the likes of former president out there fight for your rights and so okay when abantu na be bagote kiagera affected in one way or the other but think agretu was no roro mwana on the street those people are satisfied in fact abantu okora chi street na ba the ghetto family our street like it is not the right way at the current kiagera in fact since 2022
okorobekana kwa biro
it is a lot yani politics in fact
yabere too much Emmanuel ebiro ndoche bigotonyo minyoke kegema na bogwetera egazeti tibetesene nananerabu
tayo mageni na ali ngakiga ngantu gwate the Mohamed Amin director of DCI agoteba bali ba nyarete gosalia maliense ebinte binge gokoze na asara nkunyara bale okolerwa atua alafu twende page ngayo mwizo gantoroche umosike William Ruto na at Spain na sogete na chiete isiko yense kuligida chibesa for the development kawaida yayo maete no muangwano gotara sana lakini rende bagoteba naga gotara for the good of the country egani moroche no are Spain na president ya Spain bako negotiate amaendeleo maybe gatie chinse chibere gato noro mweli gazeti ya Daily Nation.
Yes, na ekiro tukurigeria ya People Daily omwancho morigere nigatabana how Ruto evangelical politics is backfiring ngachinkwana gosena ki siasa yayo muraibwense yarorekanete ko babuna yere intagativu gosukuru asensemo ye kanisa yobo Kristo bona gotabanga this presidency packaged itself as an act of God, but the lie is fast evaporating as clergy turn against a state. Umurai wenzeni gachete in the name of obo Kristo gose omo Kristo oburai wege Kristo nigara omocho achorire na nyasaye korende abuna amatuko agenderere gosuka naryo yarorekane ngano nyebono nonye esemo ye kanisa yarorekanire nigo egenderete kugikeria gose ko amereria ama egatie bitambukiro biri serikali egenderete ekoimukia mugano yo hinyora se page yakane egazeti ne ya People Daily na sabunko tebere Boniface Mwangi hoka shot by police passes on at Kenyatta National Hospital ntobwate oyiga Boniface Mwangi orekone chimaska se mbuga tagati bumucho Nairobi nigo bonondoche anyarire ogosiria obugima bwayo mugano yo hinyora se page ya 5 narimo egazeti ya People Daily. Na Gachagua arrest of demo loses nigo ndochinganande bono abaiga barenge kuboria buna umusikiri Rigathi Gachagua anyare kubwatwa DCI hints at Gachagua arrest over demo losses nigo ndoche oyo tenete kiombikia DCI Mohamed Amen nigo agendete kuboria buna umusikiri Rigathi Gachagua anyare kubwatwa ani mono igoro yokurubikana okukwabiri ko gukorekana ase ensi ya Kenya nabo igwasari nene eribu nabono abonchorera banyarete ko nyora kubwatakana na maandamano ayo akorekanete Emmanuel ase gazeti ya Taifa Leo ejo turache gukorera
okay ase gazeti ya Taifa Leo ase page yo ntanga nitobwate kifo cha kiuchungu aya nama ama kweli alianyare kororekana kati ya serikali ni kizazi yake ya Gen Z oroche bakwera na mikira
Atabana kifo kichungu. Yes.
Okay, ase page ya kabere na ara ayusi manzi mchuzi karaoke akifariki. Oyonya tegosiri oyonya baote bonya tegosiri obogima bwaye kulingana n'eri sasiria nyarete gwa kwenga kiri ya amandamano. Ase page ya gatatu ndobwate Pentagon mpya itamshindia Ruto kura 2027.
Ya Pentagon
ase Uganda kuna kidogo ya senseme ya siasa Pentagon yeni watu wayegwete 207 alafu wise kuyigeria abantu bali bayeroseti na bwa baba iranira ase serikali ya Kenya kwanza the likes of Mudavadi no alenge William Ruto no alenge Raila no alenge alafu ase bezi ya kane gaiganto bwate ase governor Abdi Guyo oyo
county ya
Isiolo kujitetea mbele ya seneti nzima baada ya kamiti. Okay, kero koti yanyarete go whatever nje yo aruse tugunjenge yombo ene lakini seneti oroche ni yachete motwe bakatebanga kinko banga bari umurobeli oyo
anyare ko bayi
wotegera ase ngaite aso page totaraso yo mwisho ya 7 page ya gasaba igantoroche mulkomen ana utu adhamini maisha ya binadamu again inkwaneye umosike yote nenerete
oborende
waini nyarete wote babuna abasikali obaire huru kwarorera ase page umwezo tosoke inse isika ake tokonyora Trump sasa ashinikiza Israeli Hamas zisitishe vita ya Gaza haraka asesege endereta ase kati ya Israeli na Hamas na even Iran akeko omora wense ya America otenga ki chinseti chinyare gutigati segie chibo kaita no romo eliobwa amangana ase gazeti ya Taifa Leo selitukolia lero
ubancho murigereria abono turache gukora gazeti ase omorobirega obwetwane ya Getembe nsemo ye gazeti no turache kubikira egetone gabo korene ntogendere no morobiri ekiro turache kurigereria egati ya mangana mange ayo agenderete gukorekana ase ense ya Kenya kirongo kuboria tobasa guske kiro tokugenda omutima komoke
Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandegere uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandegere
Boijwa Kali Center neduka egokoneria ebitamba byokorosia echisovaset ebirugo byechisovaset bagomba bwate chikapet chisanduki cy'abana bagucira eskuru na boigo echo kubekera chianga nigo babwate emeito yebirengo ao kurwa eri abana bagucira eskuru amarangeti ebitamba byokwara na kurarira babwate chichiko chiviber chokoroseria ebirugo na boigo chips chokoros chipillowcase echo okorarira
Gagi. Umwana yo boy, tikanda ndango ichibesa. Chibesa ntabwate muko, lakini naikire taraja seito, nanyorire mwapo ichi wakali. Hai, bone chibesa kwenda mpulingi go pulingi. Emeito ya bana bakuchere sukuru. Emeito yo konyora bana chisare. Kwara zangu ra duniani. Kaki, horoje paka nabwate paka ebintombire bakoro kwa chiferi beti. Chikorozi, ebirogo. Diechikali. Hai! Kaki apa kusiba sepinga imore. Kaki imore. Hai! Inchu waki mwenzi tabatari. Ninchu goja moye binto kuruga mwapo ichi wakali. Hili, omuganga chemisi onkoroko. Kaki.
Mbabwate chitandarua chokorosia ebirugo byechigali na boigo ebirugo bya leather. Gusechi sofa set chia leather. Gwetania bo nigo kubanyora babwate chi velvet. Echo oranyare koroseria ebirugo byao gusekende gyonsi origeti korosia. Nebintu nebyo. Mbabwate cha ase ebirengo ao manyiga nonya nechitandarua chokorosia chihema mbabwate kaibagotoka nigo bagotoka ange ne hotel ya Kisii Hotel katikati yo musikiti odaraja mbili na Oru Superstores barabari na Kisii Hotel gutaka kumanya bange na kugura kende gyonsi bakire ase enamba 0720688220 Boijwa Kali Center inkyukanyete otaragora ebintu bya okurwaro
Njempo ichi wakaristo na abariga ni mwesto kole biashara sobu amo ingotoka opposite Kisii Hotel na abariga ni mwesa
Gagi genda mwapoi gagi nyasaye baba poli chwakali gagi egotoka alinsa alitara chambini gagi ligere libudango kuanete omusio mubihili gagi nariri goli kwa arense ebinto nago lirega gagi Buichi wakali. Hai! Hili! Kaki! Hili! Hai! Hili! Hai! Ngokonkonya. Mushimu bihili. Kuri tibintu muni mamba.
Nigo bakwigora amatukonsi kuri nderi tukuri sabato tibari kwigora.
Yesterday. Kijana, hujasoma? Na kuozesha binti yangu kwa mahali ya kingamuzi cha Zuku Amazing Digital TV.
Ndiyo nimekubali.
Mashallah.
Kiwangu, unaunguza kuku tena wa kienyeji?
Mume wangu, ni uhondo na utamu wa Zuku Swahili.
Hawa Zuku Digital Amazing TV. Yani Zuku Swahili mambo ni buli. Ware.
Habari ya mjini ni Zuku. Furahia mautamu. Unasubiri nini? Zaidi ya kujiunga na familia bora ya Zuku TV ndani ya channel namba 100 ya Zuku Swahili. Hapa utafurahia tamthilia, filamu mbalimbali na burudani nyingine kibao ndani ya Zuku TV.
Eduka ya womo ya Oru Superstores Limited nero eduka echolide ilikuwatoka chirangi cha Crown Paints eyuere company nambe yemo eyokorose chirangi meyenseyiga ya Kenya. Crown Paints nigo emanyira soko raisia ebintu biria bikomanya seyeka ngokwanira chirangi echo boigo chire chechi brand ao echo chire chingi ya kirage chirangi chiga nigo chire chibirengo ao punabono mbabwate chirangi cyo gwakwa imeye nyumba iziko ye nyumba chire chikomentra nigwa amavuta yani oil na boigo chiria chia mache inyoranga chirange chiga nigo chiri kurwase chire chiri guririke iriria gatigati wekari guri ria bantabatinu moigo imeya Uhuru Superstores nero eduka yuka iyo wate emixer iyo wochoganya chirangi wikabunuraganie wochoganire erangi yiga aseduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores na wokwege namuna ekale aho watagete nigo kwayanyora wikirano tutarire rero eliwe nyorere abamanyi naboigo enekenga enyumba yao use asomanyete use chire chibiasara njibwa tokorelekana okuya na ayonsi nigo araikirane ekero utumikite chirangi cha Crown Paints eduke yiga ya Uhuru Superstores yego toka se enyumba ya Uhuru Complex imeyumucho yigo musongo iyo erangene duka ya Safaricom mwigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers iyo angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera seti namba chabo 0111161500 Uhuru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Kila nafsi na itaonja
Tararie ogokwa kwa Rosemara ikuwa nyakano wetera sombo skano bwepara tariki 19 mutinyo gatana rimo mwako yoiga ari daraja moja garu mwana onyagosira Stevenson Bagwasi Masongo no mungina Helen Kimuntu garu morugi onyagosira Peterson Otuke Onkangi na nigare mwiburi omwabo Anna Monyangi nigare ngina Dixon Geoffrey na Maslin Boigo Harrison Jessica na Mukira nigare ngina Biara Dorka nigare ngina Koro Masi na nigare muswati umabo Dennis Mogere James Ombogo Yukabeth Lillian Eunice na Francis Musima nigare makoyo na kamati ya Beatrice Dorka Emily Yosira Shem Dennis Nyagosira Esther, Nyagosira Tabitha, Nyagosira Rhoda, Nyagosira Onsinyo, Nyagosira Charles na Joyce. Nigare Mwaigwa Opita Moturi, Nyabaro na Nyagosira Uhuru, Nyagosira Mageto, Ombogo na Nyagosira Josephine Mocha. Nigare ngina Moke Claire, Efivan, Justine, Marceline, Charlene, Kevin, Gatia Bandabange. Mubere noru siwe nkendo ya Kisii Teaching and Referral Hospital tarikia momote nyugatana kabero mwakoiga. Sara enigwe asenka yaye Kebirichi, yuere gachibo ward, kitutu Masabasi County ya Nyamira tarikibero momote nyugatana kabero mwakoiga. Getembe Television, Getembe FM, Torrenreito. Stemo Nugabas ninya gitari ekukurwaria asechinchira chekero kurwa chinse cha Michael nigo bakurwa obubwenya bwabene asekera omurwaire abo asekera bakurwaria with a lot of privacy okubwenigwa ayebweka asibitanda byabo bibwate obubwenya bwabene mbari gutomeka ntetere gustarko beto sindane yira kubekere chemical ndiyonse asomobere igwa nigo kubwenia amarwire bunabono egetekyo mugongo naboigo kwirania amaugabya abanyagitari babo nigo bwate obumanyi bwebirengo byechinse echya Michael ekero bakorwa obubwenye bwabo nigo bakora n'ubwanchani obonene namaguri yabo nigo ari ayanse monokigima bagotoka ase nyumba ya Umoja Complex third floor eyo yarenge Family Bank enkro yere angene Cooperative Bank asamange Simyasi number 0741903162 0758066164.
Inche asamarieta ngoroku Agnes Mora omonyagitari omonene Ostemo Nuga Best nkoira libageri mwensi abagusi kubaligania ase stemo nuga best aiga stemo nuga best etokobwenia ase gotumia chi machine chiekerero igo bali mwensi mwachandikire ase amarwaire ao twabariganiri tobae obobwenia bwekerero inchu mwensi togokera obobweni bwaito aiga stemo nuga best biamon
ajirira gocha stemo nuga best abo ase uranyore obokoreri bwigoromono. Gotera chinko chinkureta iryoki waitiro ne chingake gutumeka chinko chinyinga asumuriro omusinine boygo byaitiro ne chingake bono alpha rice brackets na lyuri chiburiao ase okoroisia endagera na boygo gwata asibigori byonsi ni chiamate chonsi alpha rice na makara ao nigo arosirie ne teknolojia yekerero tabuatiryoki no nyenerika agutumeka kemono nende akoira egekakuya umuriro ene kebemberi niko liriae neligiya amakaraega nigo agokeania kuna chukwemete yaito gose deforestation boigo obuyabono nobo ogokeania gokonyora kwendwali ya kansa alpha rice brackets na bogutumeka ase chioteri chinyagitari chinka chiskuru na boigo nabugusamba inyama tutarere asumu chibusungu na bugutwakere isimi ase namba 0111502030 alpha rice brackets naye twanchete.
Gusie bono na bukwegokia asogo sonja ETV ya uwanjete ya Getembe Television Network wetera Zuku Satellite Channel number 038 egoki nimirulu ao ya Getembe Television Network ayene amatiao kuri miensi ya Kenya, ili ya Tanzania, Uganda, Malawi, Wikanonya, Zambia egulere edekoda ya Zuku chinga kichiga chimereka je Christmas amonogo chingira ku mwaka muya iliwego kinemirulu yetu ao inyoranga nigo okonyora a channel ya Getembe wetera ase Zuku Satellite Channel number 038 Getembe Television Network ekeonga kia Momogusi.
Asegeka kemiaka emerongo enena kianda ebenki ya Wakenya pamoja sako yabere n'omugusi negokinia omugusi ase eningo yae yabere gekurwa obukorere ase chinsemo buno savings loans obosemi bugutumika chibesam na diaspora savings ase balibale chinse chimaiko ase Wakenya pamoja sako yabere ogosira okonene ase abalemi ebyumbe chiskuru chikampani ao abarikire abaritayire basibaliye nsemo ya pension boygo abonchereria ibotani na Wakenya pamoja sako iyo nyore obukoreri ubuya ase chinsemo buna obosemiguru y'ubutumiki bw'ikibesa chilon buna development loans, school fees loans, emergency loans, ebyumbe business loans, salaried loans na boygochi advance loans boygo nkorantura muri kibesa ase uri kuse mobile payments kabe oyomo Wakenya pamoja sako iliyobwego kerie ayo onsi na yande amange amaya asamange batarechi abisichabo chire asumu chubusungu kahawa house raja moja asipara ya Kisii sotik seba kiresi miasi namba 0746-668-190 kuse ototare website yetu www.kenyapamojasako.com.
Njama lieta ngoro kwa Isako Mwenga umosio wa Kenya pamoja sako. Sako ya Wakenya pamoja ni sake kushughulikira members baye na chigurupu chiria chigokora savings wonko wake rabia isoko chora Wakenya pamoja sako kuna financial institution yao tobwate chibranchi chito ikomina inye chire within usi wana hintu utoro rogo konyo mugusi soko gendereria ese ebiasara byabo ase sako na gosewa ase sake ese bali batara join please inchubwango mo join tukini esako yeito bagusije yeito esa magendo wa Kenya pamoja you our concern.
Superstores nero eduka asorgo nguriga rwa South Nyanza yanchere amone company ya mabati Rolling Mills eyuko yabwatuka uchiase abaonia aiga ntobwate showroom asura achabwirigirie amabati anda unsialia utagete showroom yeto nigo enkale eyuerengia na boigo ekogokie riso yao chingaki ogoswasa yiga kurigiriria amabati aiga ntobwate team ya Tembo abo bagokora imirimo ase showroom yiga babwate chingoro chingia chugo kwarigania na boigo cho tebererie kende gensi uraganie bagotebererie company ya mabati Rolling Mills niko babwate amabati chingenjo ao ayuare ye chikala ao na boigo ayuiga bwate chi profile net gauges ao unamono babwate normal corrugated na boigo box corrugated asibigo babwate Dumerang ayuare aye chigage emerongetato asama mabati alia ye chigage emerongibire na isaro na isato babwate tile profiles alia au oriental elegantal versatile gross na boigo na versatile mat MRM niko babwate lifestyle ayuago chana Roman Jinko na boigo web design babwate ligani kabwate chikala buna bonelia chako gray brick red tile red maroon sky blue na boigo na green ubutambe bwe mabwate yiga niko bokolengana amo nukuganya gwe customer mbabwate bintu bindi boigo ebyo ochkunyara kabo gutumika chinga gicho gwakeranya mabwate yiga ase nyumba yao tutari rero ase ouru MRM showroom onyare kabo gukwerera amabwate yu akomenya segeka ayo uchane warrant na boigo ayo urakoberwa ikasure asubwango eduke yiga ya ouru superstores yego toka se enyumba ya ouru complex imiyumucho yigo busongo iyo erangene duka ya Safaricom boigo ngotuka bari ase nyumba ya JM Towers iyo ere angene bengi ya Credit Bank asamange bakere simgwetera sete namba chabo 0111161500 Ouru Superstores, the people's choice, guaranteed lowest prices. Karibu nyumbani.
Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda Etwani yabugire ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara ayo mworo karugetanda bana mbale njara uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandege uzito somya bamura baje kuya mandege
Gosia sechu wizara ime yense ya Kenya narari ali agenderete gutubwatirania gose gukubwatirania una mwanya gitingio karibu sana irinde tunyara gusanga asense mega uika ekero turachie gukura na sense mo yane yo kobuko korio inde na ere kabuga wakire
Matilda bia monande
yes
twabukire bia tuchakire tukorinde nande ya lero.
Happy new month, not just a normal day. Twakoro mutinyo libwe buse amario kichitiagas. Timetinga kirokendo yoiga hopefully no chukoba.
Tiagas here.
Tiagas free.
Again to my we are starting half part of the mwaka from July on Kirenus.
Twakurire kingisege tangani.
Tangani tutakire ya kabere.
Yes.
Onyo ngo mutinyo nolchira chitaya se country ya Kenya. Budget ya sometu. Pataransa wo actually the budget. So mutinyo ne.
Igonye kuru last month besanchiale ngo.
Onle ganchi chikobora.
Boniga.
Ganchi chikobora bono pika kira mwaka gosieko. The expenditure yakora to last month. So mondo goni gotara kanu baraganye mpaka next financial year chaka bono mutinyo July. But for payments chibanza wakora between August and September. So bona iga.
Ko July iga kira bantu bakonya go freeze obokendo.
It's a dry month by the weekend go jamambira marako. It's a dry month. Hopefully a climate ya change.
Ekopa dry but very cold.
Very cold in the morning and in the evening.
Yes.
So let's obunga maybe what I change yake. Embra nature tunge.
Onye konyoro yo stanko iguna na macha umoire nyomba.
Ama thembra ya tubono mambi.
Nche nkumeti na nana banacha kunya ukwana no mwancho muri na kie weta nere bunere tinka manyeti ngembra ya turisko gari.
Mbra ya tubono mambi let's obunga njini. That's a good sign here ngakinga mwaka oyo embra nature tumutinyo osaba.
Enai. Teato ganinga kero kena makubaiterare embe yiga abantu betange kurwasi embe oye nyingi. Na I think abuna abono muchando malaria timete usibado nole malaria nere igoro mona sama tukaega.
Of course malaria nero ro nere nga askimonya bantu ba change they take precautions. Squeeze abantu ba kero beka chinete ase teacher bajibe kapolere. So malaria nya wakera keke tebina yakabere karenga malaria nere mbrak still malaria no. Of course marine or yes. Now we have a modern equipment to test maria mangao. So tangena rikaru muntu kwa marere kwa wali ulikuba. So kubali yako kumba kwa marere kwa wali marere. So at least things have improved. Abantu majitali bapi mbagwa mario kama marongi. Yes.
Yes, karibu sana irinde tunyare gusanga asinsemo yende ndochenga tutaracho kwandira mangana yomone chimaska itenka kero tukurire serikali nene na mange agenderete boni komete konya gotutira mangana mange asinsemo yende wizara itisemi ndoche ekeombe kiga yake yo CCPS bono omwaziri nacho kubatu kama chibu ugocha se aborkiwa muno chi university chiribara cho so college na go institutions just so.
I think this will be the first group article research here Getembe University after better appointed. Onyorenga last year wanafunzi back on the cases the number increased almost 7% to 10% from the previous year. But onyorenga there's been a campaign yoko encourage wanafunzi bagende college and TVET for the last almost 4 to 5 years. The numbers increased. Wanafunzi bago join college tinga na TVET. So from last year wanafunzi bakatamba them almost 900,000. But in the bago banyo grade join university C+ and above. By almost 260,000. That was an increment of 7.2% kwa mwaka 2023.
Yes.
So rero mwaziri we chisemi ngochera gutangaza amabagari atoke tas university college. Wanafunzi banyo join university balenga pale. And the nyama rubavo for Getembe University chakamutinyo September. So tukoyala first bakatama them last year waspi komanya barenge baji join but ni mnateba tinye mbachi tokoru tinga tokoru wanafunzi bakata form for last year abange baji college baji ni TVET na bandi baji KMTC. So the number yanya the C+ and above ukonya ama bagabona kana university na byanya chikokea. So ntoma thank you chokanga but let's wait for the results chakara saine rero bono mambi kero mwazira wachigotangaza amachivu wayo.
Yes. Okay, concern ya neri naki sababu nero yere koralia bene ko yebekebe ya big announcement ko sebe buna ebe buna nenge ne chiskuru ko sene grade ke utangazo ko se results
kero mondo kina anxiety bintu tembire ndire ko kya katu akorda fondo kwa anxiety matem gutangazo. Nowadays matem ndari gutangazo tebuga that pressure nga matem gutangazo na
bantu mbariko veranga ne titivaganyerete.
Yeah, because ne accord kuganya unlike kale wakanya matem gutangaza kwa ende school but kwa notes polo matem results ya wiki woro. Lakini nowadays matem gutangaza kuganye message ya simu yao. So angsa deri mo nonge bintingo tangaso. But rende you know announcing results ya KUSIPS is one way a government they go prepare for budget making.
Yes.
Like how many people logical and university college. Na bengi like you set aside funds or corrigendo and toka mwananchi kintukia public interest. You know mwananchi they keep on asking questions. So tangaza numbers abanafunzi banga waja kwa university yakati ekorokyo mo Kenya nga this amount of money is going to be spent ko waka na wanafunzi university fees. And remember nowadays wanafunzi pale university college go by pocket money by the government. I'm told almost 16,000 kama wanafunzi through loan chiabo. So kutangaza talinge anything ngazekati what gazi okora it's a way of planning for the government.
Yes.
That mwananchi amanya because patanga sisi mwananchi takoma wanafunzi mbali ngaba qualified to go to university. And again kama ndo naganyerete like the government has been planning wanafunzi abange bagende college kwenye technical skills. So this time takete bunga out of wanafunzi wa 246,000 banya C+ and above. Mbali ngaba qualified kwa ende university. Mbali ngaba chete college. Mbali ngaba tikalete bado tunyala mabagayo kwa ende. Remember last year about almost 1600 A plane. So these are the people and when you're retenga what you school of medicine when you're tari in the next maybe 7 years when you're babera banyagitari. So tikatokanya results is for mwananchi understanding can in the means of education as a planning your future ya bana.
Yeah, na ekirongurigereria ukonyorore bunabono as a students egati abari bakonyore C+ and above tutebe bunabono 246,000. Abana bagatari bonse barachi ko enroll as a degree. Abande mbare bago ba prefer ko se ba optical apply ko so as a TVET institutions. Kirogeni inkige wo drive ko anyoro mwaro kiwa na banyoro te grade ka o se C+ o sakanyore B-, but optical so as a TVET institution.
You know, career progression, tari cha kanga through KCSE.
Yes.
Kama tunabwa the passion ya asubu kimabwa se career path ya tech. You know, this is the second last, I think the third last KCSE results vitangazwa the Presidency University. Now the government has come up with an idea of career paths kama montaji wa tech. Now, nabago kina tutawero mongaini yes, lakini passion ya gera se media industry. Like when we grew, we started our career map way back in high school, also in primary school. Montuma denga ningokora form 4, I want to pursue a media course. So assuming you got an A, could you stop doing your career, maybe your passion, taking your passion to the university because you got an A? So telling no one to force you to connect college as a TVET, it's a wish you want. I know a number of students want to, you know, ketango kinatoa the month to get a diploma in nursing, a little more valuable than you want to get a degree in nursing. So it's something Kevin calculated as so say as a diploma, it's a more detailed study college school. Even in the mid industry, you look at the people got the diploma from at the diploma level to junior degree.
Yes.
There's the theory part is more in the university than in the college. The college is more the diploma level, more practical. So I know a number of students because back the form for last year already were KMTs. They are almost done with the first semester in KMTs in the colleges. Like actually the levels of education study as a degree level. Like now mwanafunzi utite physiotherapy, I think I was for 3 years, so 2.5 years at the other half and for attachment.
Yes.
And like now you want to go for the university course, like you're doing a degree in nursing, and for 4 years.
4 years.
Now you go for 3 years, and for internship, but time you go a degree. Already, even there are job opportunities on your month or yes. So ne passion your month. But there's that feeling month diploma, it's more detailed as compared no month degree. But that doesn't require first diploma. It's a wish your month.
Yes.
So my interest could be this time around to understanding C+ and above. But they opted to join vocational training college TVET.
I think since I think
yes.
Konyara results.
Yeah.
Ikiagira bona igate konyara kwa available omwaziri ataranyara gukwana. Na
but remember Matilda still.
Yes.
KMTC colleges across the country, they made an advert wanafunzi wakajoin. That was all this year wanafunzi wakajoin tingi montenyokan wanafunzi wakajoin KMTC. And again, there will be another placement ya KMTC in September. So after this enrollment at University College, there will be another placement in KMTC in September. Sasa wanafunzi ba missed chance iliyoko join in
April.
Nyokan.
Yes.
So the government's giving room for kila mwanafunzi anyo kako join space ya target. Taringa no mondo gosieke rusko. Yes.
Na ekiro tuko na KMTC. Kirogende, don't you think abona bana ba so KMTC aborokyo ba so aro ba bira bangi. Ngochiko bara mu barungu chori ko baigoro mono wetani kerenga. Du wikira boniga okonyoranga at least almost kerenga ne bwate mwana gusoma KMTC.
I think
eshida ne gochiko bane ringa kie kiro kuligere ratio ya borokyo baiga na boigo opportunities chire chigotoka.
I think the challenge in Kenya is not an issue. The numbers increased. Yeah, graduates with the KMTs, or called the medical courses. The issue is about employment.
Yes.
When you go in the county government, you saw an advert last month. Yeah, Kisii county government. If they get the position 45, chokorika chinas. But this couple union officials, which chinas Kenya also clinical officers, they'll tell you the shortage in Kisii it's almost double the number currently in the system. Now, a place like KTRH, if we had a bed capacity of almost 500 or 700, assuming it's 500, they need almost 200 nurses on shifts or rotation, or what they call the rotation of basis. But, and again, these are the people, Keromotin is a retirement process, it could involve civil servants. People retire every month. Like now, what was the last time Kisii County employed nurses? Back in I think in 2021 or 2020, they were employed nurses. Since then, they are not employed. Now, the people who have retired through this system, have they been replaced? No. Now, again, you go to the hospital, almost 45% to 35% of the staff are on locum, or on contract. Now, what if like now, yesterday, the Minister of Health issued a statement, they're absorbing almost 6,400 interns across the all cadres ministry. So there's a shortage. The issue is that people have gone to school, but absorption of the system, if we go with the World Health Organization, the ratio of, I'm told, it's 1 to Kenya, I think it's 1 to 300.
As a nurses?
As a nurses, yes.
Now, as a
could be overseeing almost 300 patients. Yes.
300.
It's a high number.
Yes.
And compared with the number of diseases in Africa and even in this country, it's a high number. We're having a shortage across board, even doctors. I saw a report here, Kenya Medical Dentists and Practitioners Union, that the Nyanza region alone, it's lacking almost 3,000 doctors. When you want to meet the standards, the World Health Organization, Kisii could be needing like 30 to 40 nurses, many doctors at the moment to fulfill at least to meet the, not even the 100% requirement, to meet a certain standard, you could serve patients. So there's no jam there, say, medics. There's a shortage in the service. Still, look at the number of hospitals we have in this country. The distance people walk to facilities. If we were to minimize the distance, we could be absorbing more of this medics back college. So there's nothing like jam nearing and wasomira bang. Yes, but in environment, you know, to my territory kinanga KMC, I got training made students, I got the 8 regions you can't switch at by that time. But the one there's no limit on a doing KMC. The same thing on a doing Kenya medical training colleges, and the number was limited. Until the career sub county, I'm told it's a sub county to a medical training college. So there's no limit to that number. The only thing that should be done is that we find the best courses to go fit in the health sector. Assuming like Getembe to a college, Western diploma courses, so to avoid duplication, you have enough funds. Yes.
Mbia mwana sana na nekire tukwa na bono chinko na chiae oyore umo nene wase boss DCI boss Mohamed Amin ekiro kumotegerera what confidence I no mo Kenya na what confidence ngakiro kende omonto ino enyora sama boko ya DCI osama boko ya banyanyimbo chinga kechiga bado mtu arama tumaini.
I don't know, it's not brief, I know, but you know, the government operates in a different way from the expectation to have much more. You're expecting too much from this government, actually. I've been telling my friends that from where I'm sitting, too much. You know, the high unemployment levels in this country not start last year, or not start under the regime of Kenya Kwanza. It started way before. Some of us talk about the campus 10 years ago, 8 years ago, there were still high levels of unemployment. That our brothers and sisters who are not coming now, the Gen Z brothers and sisters who are coming up now, they are feeling the heat of mismanagement in a country that has taken more than 10 to 15 years. So sometimes people could want to think the government wants to use force as to implement some policies. But you see now, this is a country, almost every sector is almost corrupting, truth be told. When you look at the number of youths working on the street or demonstrate, it's desperation ya Swahili. Nona kero mmonya bantu wa kolege ntugete watu mera kwanya ngo ikiro moeri. Desperation ya wanza kwa what step do you take next? Kwanya abantu banzi kunywa marua mange tinya sore ni all those things. So the disabled say ukwana. You see, people could want to test waters. Someone was telling me yesterday in a speech, a press conference yesterday, was trying to test waters. That all those information, there's somewhere about Gachagua. That Gachagua is not immune from being arrested and being taken to court. That was the message I passed today. Come on, Manainzi. Is it karaoke? The guy was shot in the streets.
Yes.
People knew.
Kwanza shot dead.
Shot dead. People knew he was going to die. Yes, people knew he was going to die because of the critical condition he was. Because people, like we have said, they are medics in the community. Will tell you, like a patient here is almost half dead. By the time we went to the hospital, he was half dead. So people knew he was going to die. So I mean, telling us that this patient could have died, like you are doing the message that was being passed yesterday was to Gachagua, not to anybody else. Like we are doing investigations.
Yes.
If it's part of the investigations, we'll be arrested. They are trying to test waters. They are now to get the response. It depends. You see, what is happening now is a political process. There's no criminal justice again. Everything about it is a criminal process again. Everything in court. It's a political process. Whoever's been arrested has been arrested through the political process. Like the action what taken to loot in the mundo came as a result of a political process. That the people want a political change in the country. That again, this country is a political process. Like people are going to the streets, only that a few criminal elements go infiltrate as a what you call protest. Which is common. Trading again to Kireke and Ningamund na wet go baling. So out of 10 people, you could find 1 or 2 by rock. Tokonaga stop. Now baling go bana. Maybe Montachi Takanyama demonstration. And you're living to Vikras get the Kapugol. You know that imagination like a mob. It comes an issue. Like now Montachi and Paka police station. I can give Bunduki, a kind of air. I can out me a coiva. Do you think that person who's telling prepared for it? He knew Bunduki. But the fact that he got this firearm the first day, tells you this is the first time that me bunduki. So the statement I mean had so many issues in it, but they are communicating. They have told you immunity, they have told somebody stole a firearm, so they attend as a criminal. They are telling you they are doing investigations, they'll arrest more people. They are telling you they have arrested more than 700 people as well as demonstrate. So your imagination is, if they have arrested 700 people, and again, out of this 700, around the street, if they have arrested 700 so far. So, yes. And you see now, it boils down to individual responsibility. That like now on Tuesday last week, there were 2 sets of mandaman. There are those ones who came in the morning, yes. There are those who came badai, but so those are 2 different sets of mandamana lengi, but let's believe what Amin is saying, and you have what the government has said, that was the last time such a mandamana had. Let the government do whatever it takes, but the common mwananchi can target enough security, peace, employment, justice to whoever umire, all the good things.
Justice yes. I think nanda buga a question nande to what was it kwa na no shiri gaiga igoro ya okurobekana ngochikoba the best solution as semichandirense ya Kenya.
No, the government has spoken. Yesterday the leader of majority in parliament, Kimani Ichung'wah, the MP for Kikuyu, I think that they are preparing a bill to parliament. You can find the best way possible. There's a member of parliament from, I think, Makueni, or before Kimani Ichung'wah, that we need to know the time, the place, and who and where you'll be doing your protests. Now, if the law comes out, assuming they say, like, if you're doing a mandamano, you do a mandamano a maximum of 3 hours. Yes, but the question is this, you know, picketing is a constitutional right in this country. And now, the question will come, have we ever done picketing in this country? The answer is no. Have we ever done peaceful demonstrations? The answer is no. The challenge comes that Abananji Baba get demonstration or such peaceful protest, politicians by infiltrate what would have been actually a peaceful demonstration. Abantu kana samu ya baada ngama mbito kotara from round about the capital mpaka about the Nyagitari. Na babe politicians bana weka ranza bateba. Mto cha daraja moja.
Tumira negativate.
Wasabata bato ko chakra sigete asamaitenga mantakare kana andra mantenga toka na tura bonki kwanza bagare to kamo. Na wako demonstrative. Something fun happened even in Kisii town last week. In most cases mandamana kabira mape pia kachakire daraja mbili. Yakisi kuwesa dia Kisii poli bali bakandamana bayikasamu yagali chaka chikorutu batama but abakulu mata daraja mbili kumbe balengo muzo mpaka baso town, but this time it was funny ante barote side area daraja moja. So kila muntu bankali bintu biare, there are people who want to take advantage of mandamana to gain political mileage.
Yes,
there are those politicians who want to counter their colleagues, their counterparts in the political circles. So for me, we have not had anything called a peaceful demonstration in this country, peaceful protest or picketing in this country. What is happening is a political process you have been taken over by greedy politicians. Yes.
Gutigara se DCI boss Mohamed Amin au muungwana na raigo manyakanite muna Kiangui ndoche omojamore blogger nero uri gutumika mutandao o X sana nero ndoche nigabolete nigarenge active sana ko engage ba Kenya na boigwa basaya yako batebinga litko ria Jumatano chitariki 25th of June arakabate eso kia sobonge lakini agaikira kurubikana gokorekana mungano utanya kuigwikana tanya kumanyikana asari wikira arere korende Mohamed ritangani agatebanga statement ya era agatebanga ta manyeti muntu iga gositabwatie knowledge iguru ya okoba ko mungano iga andaga ikagatebanga na intunero tokuri.
No, yesterday I did my status na an issue yare ngari.
Yes.
One of the issues I was raising is an issue with how these countries are addressing the police force. When the member of this member of parliament, the government said, the government yet I think we correct hijacking we common.
Yes.
You see, we are trying to test waters on how the police can behave in this country. Which is a wrong precedent by day that there's that too much disrespect as either the armed forces, the regular police, all those sectors of the security. When Kembori was hijacking himself, as the police say, at me I think almost similar to area no police here DCI. Never to me, but then what is happening in these countries that we are taking the policing in the sector.
But
you see, if this blogger will necessarily it means not the only process in this country is through the police. I mean, as admitted, this was a person of interest to them. They were Kwanangeski, but they are saying he was a person of interest to them. Now, assuming Monda go Sarete, Uchiro Moy Nesbar, Kremondoro Nesbar Yajawa Moy. People will say, Abasgali Bad.
Yes.
And you see now, with the believing Esbaru Yacha, these guys could be in civilian. People will walk in. Kenya is a country where private citizens in the farms, montage about the pistols, Kremondara and about the pistol. Somebody will come and operate in a way, no more scary ring. This guy is picked. He's taken somewhere, he's beaten up. I got somewhere after 1 month. Still in the mind, you have a Kenya, my thing is barrier. And this is how the danger that's likely to start happening in the country in the next in the future.
I think na abasigari bengeru kwaro rangira bago itokoro wiki yaeta, and as much as na empara bweka tiabo umetitali bonsio konyora na bakego yo moyo konyora kero kendo gutumika chinguru wetane kerengo, lakini kagire tenga bona bakenya bachakire kwanga chi uniform.
I think no monto it's a campaign ya very ya chatabuna kaso last year ya maandamano ya pikiri mpaka bona iga. But no, the danger is that one day you'll meet a rogue police officer, where they will look, and you try to mess up with him. You can imagine what will happen. Because he will have to defend himself. Like the radio officer will go to Nairobi, this somebody over there subdued in back of the ground. But still, there's some youths who are beating her. This is a female police officer. Now, as long as more take away the firearm, she will not do anything. But now, this is a radio officer, that was the firearm, like still, Wakamoita. It tells you the kind of thinking against the police officers. Now, the government wants to do reforms to the police sector, which is the training of police, all those things. It's something that should have happened like an emergency. That the people we have in the police force, but what are different thinking on how to approach criminals and even security issues. You have to use force. I don't know in Kenya, because Kenya by day people don't feel the impact of tear gas. But there's something that happened in the country over the weekend. There's a game I think Ulinzi Stars in Agolumai over the weekend. Then some Golmaya fans tried to interfere with the game as a stadium, Ulinzi Stadium. I think you saw what happened. People are getting used to this tear gas, Kenya police. But now, this time, they met Abami. I don't know the kind of tear gas they were using, but the fans who are in the stadium, they will tell you it was a different game. So perhaps you start using tear gas, as a man, maybe it will be different. So they have a key. As much as we are against the police, these are our brothers and sisters in the force. There's nobody like, there's no police officer from Somalia or in the Kenya police. There's no officer from Uganda or in the Kenya police. There's brothers and sisters. At one point, you one day you go to the field, because they are also married. The men in the uniform are also married.
Actually, abasa baigabare basoka bagenda bayitumo nya nyimbo kwa manya kwibulinga ese familia omba manyete kiro keno muntu naro gukora Kenya police ekiro gonyoranga asenka eno kiro kene no mwagenda mwarobekana tutebe na aiga basongo omonto ino naro le Nairobi kwa nyoranga nero itire nkikego cha sobongo bwa buno mo Kenya.
No, I'm trying to imagine the female officer lengo it moiso on the last week or miete. I'm trying to imagine if the she said it's a matter of 3. Maybe there was one in the family who had the interest now in the forces. What might have happened with that child? She or he has lost the interest within the police forces. Abasikali talk about in the 80s and the 90s, the way the Wango beef is different from the guys we have in the moment. My friends were in the police force by day, a number of them were my classmates. Either in primary, high school, or on campus, who have joined the force. I know someone in the armed forces, telling ambassador they have gone to school. The mentality in Kenya, these are D+ materials, has changed. You listen to the kind of song from the level of chief inspector. There's a time Kenya recruited an inspector as cadets. Those are people who are the masters, need a degree. Yes. Form 4. Police force. Those are guys who have gone to school, they have schooled properly. So these are D+, all those things, that doesn't add up to anything. It's about You be responsible. The argument is that Kenya. You see, Kenya has got more than almost between 40 to 60,000 police officers. Now, you cannot say that the entire group is rock. It could be one or two elements. Same way you are living in a community where prostitute, it cannot change. That's how we cannot have saints without sinners. We cannot have sinners without saints. It's a community like another community. Like even where we work here, you find one person will come in, have a microphone, the person will come in, have a those are the wrong
mentality. Yes.
It's an individual thing. It's an individual responsibility. When you see them shooting, it's like there's a crowd of there's a group of 20 police officers. There's no order from their boss. So do you say all the 25 were rock?
Ekiro togutigana nensemeyo ndochinga evyama party politics ndochina roba chakire wonchoreria vyama ngonya comment kana birasi si Kenya ndochinga waipanero ya chenjiri wonoteri democratic nigo ya soira sense mutukuru patriotic team itinga inkige kogire vyama bigo change ndwara ekya matakaro ya change tikoro na Kenya gocha PLB.
It's testing waters.
Yes.
Politics is not a day's event. People sit and discuss what happened in 2022. There's that feeling why has been a party Mokamba because of Karon's being a party leader. As we speak about Nega, we know DCP is a party here. Martha Karua had our own party. They are from Buikoyo. People want to form political parties based on where you come from. There's a belief is a belief among the Kenyans ODM na Mokere. Now, if you want to change this notion, what the opposition is doing currently in the country is that they want to be seen trying to unite the whole country. They have been in Central for quite some time. Now they are trying to stretch the hands outside Central region. It's a coalition, each party on opposition from across the country. But they still forget one thing. When they sit on the table, Eugene Wamalwa comes with that Kenya sinners, Moluya, or let's call it Moluya. Actually, Gashawa said it in the interview about over the weekend. It was yesterday, the other day. One of the media says, Akabol, this was the symbol that Matiang'i is a principal guy and not working an honest person. He can become a president. But does he have the backing? That's why you are saying, Romond, each and every politician in the country, as we speak, one as opposition, is trying to come up with a political party. They feel like in 2027, there is no single party to Wachikura. So for you to launch a party, you are doing away with the message, chairing as a party in 2022 elections. You come out like a montomon. People believe, okay, it's biblical, maybe I'll be on civico. Because you see, it's an individual on the side. Same way the political parties on that thing, yes, party now you want to call it Eric Abuga party. People thinking well, but Abuga party, they now know Eric Abuga party because we are in 2025. It's not about believe you go baptize these names to change. You attract new followers. Not that the individual can also change from being how they call my watermelon something else. It will be the same individual. I think I even have seen Jubilee Party now having new individuals, political parties, officials. I think they did away with our Congo from Wuzi region, Jimmy Angwenyi. Ametolewa kama deputy party leader, so it's a wake-up call that other regions are making progress. As I speak from Wuzi region, people need to ask themselves a simple question. What's happening? That's not the danger with it. UPA was in 2022 elections. It's participated there. The process, those who are in the political circles will tell you that UPA, I'm sorry to my friends, but maybe UPA, that UPA is picking up in a slow pace as compared to the political parties. DCP was formed the other day. But if you ask a child who is in maybe grade 8 or grade 7 about the DCP, you'll tell you ask them who's UPA and ask them where is UPA. They tell you Kiama Tiang. But have you seen anywhere Matiang'i shot in a UPA? Has he ever even held Kuwachake to Kenya title signing from America? Has he come to Kenya against them in a UPA official? So who is Matiang'i? On whose party is he operating from? I've not seen even a single post at UPA.
Ere ugu kwanu kwanire ororekane lakini bono aiga se kiama tara kwanu official ego sitara ororekana ka we brand na kiama gete.
Well, the political godfathers by in this country. If he was told to join the race through a specific party, that will change.
Yes.
Because these are the people who come find. No, you now us singing like UPA Nero, National Congress Nero, what think about it will be a waste of time. President study up MC Mundachi Kogoli. You need resources. Okande account kwa linga?
No ganitia barai.
1 billion nere.
No watachi godfather. No ganitia bantu bako gusira.
Yes, you spend assuming 100k of MC in a week or sera, or even a day or 100,000. For presidents, you need close to 10 million a day. You need to fuel in there, you need to fuel the ground. Why I bounce, why crowd kwanza. Kila crowd ingo automatic, as mwaya kiko chakira. So it's an issue.
Okora haliketi okora kana bantu kwanza.
Let's people not to give pressure to Matiang'i. Let's try with time and decide on what to do. Maybe sooner or later we declare particular. Now the question will be after declaring a year, what will happen? Now wake kupanga na otolega nere. Hiyo ndio siasa. Na sasa bado jaanza. Tunataka kwa sababu nende ngapacha make the right decision nende.
But mbawate the whole of next year. Yokonya kubanga nkiama.
Whole of next year. Next year the kayo. You know the only way we are having, I think, by-elections, maybe you have a new commission in office, the ABC. Let's hope by December, or even by end of August, we would have known if we are going to have by-elections. We have 2 in Wusi region. Nyansiongo, Nyamira.
Yes.
Now, Matiang'i has to participate in this for him to test the ground. Actually, Nyansiongo...
By the way, what happened to Ekerenyo?
Ekerenyo, now he has to resign. Now, since he has been appointed as a speaker, they need to have a by-election.
Yes.
Of course, yeah. So I'm going to follow up not a key step kibaikira. If Nani Nyabaro gave the right to papers in a resign for those things in another issue that's like to go to court. But let's wait take on the court to the by-election in Spanish month. But you see now, Matiang'i has to participate in these 3 by-elections. Assuming there will be 3. Now, assuming from August, the commission is going to have elections maybe in January or February next year. Matiang'i has to be in this fully. This is the first trial ya Matiang'i.
Avec influence ya yaro.
Avec influence ya yaro. Now, good luck into what the kwende Kisii by-election, Kisii county by-election. Nyamira will be 3. That's the second home ya Matiang'i. Other than Satumu where he was, the family moved from to settlement scheme. Nyansiongo is a nearby ward, just over Matiang'i. I know about having pressure. I test the ground kwanza. The best, the way Nyanyaga tebakashagwa. That's Matiang'i have backing from Wusi region. Nyamira, Ekerenyo na Nyansiongo will be a litmus test for Matiang'i Chukura. If it's not going for UPA, then Nyaribo will try to claim from Nyamira. Because Nyaribo has to have candidates. The only strength Nyaribo to test in air, not to have candidate Nyamira ward, Ekerenyo na Nyansiongo. Through UPA, Kenya party I. But test the waters here UPA without influence. But still Matiang'i will decide to keep quiet from these 3 by-elections. It will be another political statement. So I support the UPA candidate because I'm sure even ODM will have a candidate. And who said that UDA will not have a candidate? But thank God we are in a the government. I know the funny thing is these people have a candidate in either Nyansiongo or anywhere in Nyamira and Wabu. You know, the people go for when you are desperate, you go for desperate measures. Over 10 bob, over 100,000, 1,000 bob, my colleague. Take the 10 bob, correct what the man colleague wants. My colleague getting next. If somebody said that we have a minority organized and a majority disorganized in this country. So you wonder the minority what can do with the organization, they can do wonders. But if you are a number of people more disorganized, or you're money, so start to mwana mwara. Mwabuka manana mwanza kama oni.
Bado to kumata to para kenge.
That's the idea. But let's hope Matiang'i will make the right decision on the upcoming by-elections, attest to what the ground is. Because we see as a political moves.
Aso kwa ngusa change mind.
Yeah, remember we have the political leaders from Kisii, 2022 elections, from 13 political parties. 13 of them. Total dabara from 13 parties. Yalinga buka ikalansi things, akachola bara ibae, not based on development in political party. EVM. Tupate mpaka UDA. Mpaka UPA buate almost 13 leaders in Kisii and Nyamira County, the UPA party. Yes.
Mbuya sana nkagirete na sense mayendea abarai kiroto kwa noroborai amangana impeachment. I think serikali iganero yatware impeachment motions chinyingi sana, if I'm not wrong. Especially toko twara na nonya at the county levels, especially as a county governments, impeachment ya beire igoro.
No, impeachment process is a political process. Telling okay, it's a really entrenched process, but the cause of this impeachment process is a political process, is a political cause. What we are seeing in the counties is an interesting thing that the speaker once you got interest either to become senators or governors, or they want to take over position job or deputy governor. Now, those ones who are above them, they could want to cut the wings of these people who are growing. That's why you are seeing the impeachment processes. The thing about abuse of power, corruption, all those things it's neither here or there. Like it's an accusation. You saw it what happened in Nyamira, abuse of power. The corruption thing was not there. I think they tried to somewhere. Is it the Guyo County, the governor who has been
Isiolo
County,
Abdi Guyo,
talking about abuse of power. You know now, once you get to power at the county level, it's not like in the national government where the systems have been working for long. We are having this is the 13th year, devolution now. They are still the gaps that are filled. The speakers have been those people attract attention because they're handling a small group of registrars. Like in Kisii, they are 71, Nyamira, they are 40 something, I mean 30 something. So that's a small group of people but can make a decision. So if there's external force, they want to achieve, you are calling for 35 MCAs, but the back again, it's easier. You only need $500,000 each. Why it's around 10 million to 15 million. Or why? And they will do what you have told them to do, if it's an external process. Now, the one who is in power, it becomes difficult to go train your guns into go win against these people. Because they are looking at you. These are the MCs earning between 100,000 to a maximum of 250,000. That's what I take home. Loan, mortgage, running. These are the people who take home not more than 20,000 every month. Now they are looking at you as a speaker, or close to $1 million every month. Through allowances, all those things But also in your control, the 35 members of the county assembly. Because they are looking like you as a ghost. Like you are an alien in the assembly. And in most cases you find speakers in the school. But you have a speaker, bakore the class 8, bakore the form 4. Yes.
But they have MCA members of county assembly.
Of course, but the Korea, because I'm going to entrench that in the bill.
Degree MCA.
Yes, but you know there are some the assembly actually they have a number of friends. Some are medics, some are doctors, some are advocates. And like when you had the first devolution in term, in year 2013, it was chaotic. Yes. I think that's the idea of entering now in the county assembly, that the county assemblies are always chaotic. But if you don't take the way MCA, like now in Isiolo County, out of 18 MCAs, 16 voted to impeach the governor. That tells you what is happening in the county government. It's quite a number. Their governors who are very seasoned for long, but might take the trick. They are dealing with MCAs accordingly. You know, they're also human beings. The governors have taken all tenders, chikor. But every GM said that they are also human beings. They need these tenders. They will knock you out. There are tenders in the county assemblies, yes, from the speaker's desk. Through the county assemblies public service board. There are tenders but when you want to beg me, but within 2 years, most people are getting 30 million. GMC akora na nama bati asinye kukura. Permanent rentals. They'll kick you out. There's nothing like abuse of power in these things. It's just a political process. Yes. Ask yourself what's happening in Nyamira County.
Yes, back to Kisii County, echiro ya yete timetinga abuga kerokende echire kero ya yete ondete yorote mokulimio mulirori tesambe banda biri byonse. Asigi keke gyonse pia yete timetine chinsa irenga. Lakini abugo kuminga nonyene serikali bono nkayalenge chinga kechiga nonya abantu ba security kaibarenge.
Happened to be at the scene on Saturday night kama royongo samba. Ntibe kama nyana person ndima dingia sambete because of the speed at which we are yerete and the how do I say the dray each county government the firefighting machine which kolumia morori is something that should be answered. But as a journalist I ask myself tough questions like why could the county government want to create the mess just a few hours after Moro Sambir?
Unayarega okwa bachagete kwa busa.
Because Sunday morning people woke up to the scheme teba kateba kuba tolizimete.
Chivese chikapoto kubwango sana.
Not even the police were allowed to condone the area local investigations because the allegation is nga umwana sezo manasa ambete bintu biri. Ibanda bisu tatiro boli moboli. But now if you are accusing umwana sezo kusambe bintu biri why couldn't you allow time? Asaba sigari hapo sababu response yayo asaba sigari bache paka investigations pamangi kialete. But Sunday morning 2 hours after Muroli oli metake hiyo someone came and clear that the entire scene.
Sahinga girete activity ene asali na active sana.
Yeah, they want to construct.
Batete kwa gachani ndoboye. Wangu sana. I think yara ko baneti semo chindo sina matukande. Kero kine na bayale go teknonye the whole of this week. Ekero bakende to kuligereria ebintu ekigerere to koya kwa sari.
I could want to know.
I think nje ekero narigeretia baraibari umuriro yire kwanza ogenderete gusamba umuriro nde yogete okiri gosoka abarai bachakire kuruchi besa immediately. Batara arigereria naki kero kende ninki kiarete to umuriro yoke gusamba kange boli ebako abangi na bande usabaga kabande bakoni ari asara eligocha waka siasa igorari. No nabe koleta oboro na bengi muno muntu akuboniga onyora abantu bachakire koleta irungori metabuga na mukwebulia maswali amangi ebaganyererete ne setup ntintu kikiarenge
in terms of damage the damage happened was enormous by day kwa kachira bande ibanda what about this talk it's like you want to be doing coffins in a region that they go Monda ukoyomo inaiya miaka yereme because you want to do a coffin shop as a population yabantu less than 100. Your coffin yours there 20 in a day. You just want to be buried there. Now, what's happening as a market here? The people are crying there. Majority of them they know what happened. That's the truth of the matter. Like there's no more young samba continuously once. Now it's about the stock here. You know, some of them stock in the evening. But now, a story will move market here. It raises so many questions about land ownership in Kisii town. Particularly at a time when this word, the county government here, Kisii, no longer has a public land go or develop anything. We have a court case here can involve the former lands commissioner. Njeru na the former senator Professor Ngeri. These are cases very in code, not less than 10 years. It's more than 10 years actually. If it was to develop that piece of land, ndio mpo ango develop ukale. But tonya weta mari you realize the lower side of that piece of land there was a construction ya chagete guy. The pillars standing in order like a quarter or half of that piece of land. Nyumbani yanze kwa kachoreka tena because of the court case. That's what has been there in miaka ya more than 15. Yeah, stick work job to now. But something worries me most. how fast someone came out ko arrange Professor Ngeno Sambete bintu biri. That's what they have said
ningi batagutigera rendo onye bakumwaleje atakwe gutime nere aro response yaya.
But why can someone come at having that piece of land take over him? It's almost impossible to own that large piece of land in CPD. It must be it's pockets prote the chirega linking. Because the way everybody mpaka prote mpaka ruya mpaka mategari. Block 3 of what they are talking about yama Kisii, it was in Prote. So volume ko passed yama volume. I was reading somewhere they talking about that piece of land that Utakabeka was split into 7 parcels of land. I was saying something, the figures there's a block 3 of 258, 259, 260, 261, 334, 376, and 418. Then Professor Ngeli says that some years back he applied for land through the Lands Commission, through the Commission of Lands. Can I apply a specify number? Can I correct the whole already taken? No muntumo. Akaiwo now. That was block 3, 174, and he paid for it. Now he says 30 years later, he has been paying land rates for that piece of land. So he's saying 30 years later, why? And he has been paying the same people he has been paying, and the same people now are telling him, wow. That's where the government process is now. So many gaps. That the people are raging, they are the same people he has been paying. Yes. So, as much as we are looking at that piece of land, let this be an opener as a omogusi, necessary usi, that
especially what you say,
but you see, it's a kind of a land office, Kisii guy. You get the facts about this parcel of land. You'll be shocked that even as Professor Ngera appears in this thing, is not part of it. There are people behind it, yes. Because never no monoclass one no kwa rezanga bono rosa ambete botuko bakaboka mambi bakafrata ni kiregento. Is there anyone who made a report to the police station that that we need an investigation? This is government to government. Correct? At what speed that the government came up with resources, and it being a weekend, on a Sunday, that somebody was given a 10 on legacy because the government itself the government does not have those machinery. They must have been hired. So this machinery is standby. Another thing, how fast do you get the resources? You see, sometimes back in Keroka side ya Keroka, Ibanda Bikayo, those things. You could be from Nyamira, took less than 1 hour, it was in Keroka. Umoro wa around Sasabapo tuko. Gaika. Ipale clear from Nyamira to Kisii. And then the bank request for support from Nyamira. The maximum that you could have taken to Kisii was 45 minutes. This is the maximum. So they got about the Yagaiga, refill. But you see, that vehicle never showed up. Even in Matega Migori. Now they say Pire clear by day. Kurumigori Garamaka Kisii couldn't even take more than 30 minutes.
Counted to get your
Timothy Chachete. But they got now the Garter now check out Yokopolia match. And that's the guy. Still, we have some video. The pipe from the source here match, as a guy, Packet intended destination here match. That pipe does not even go 5 meters. So we go around match, Tambaika Moinogari. And you see now, there's a difference between what about the Kobolia Macho Motungi, Negaliko memory. Kalikurimo never the pressure.
Yes.
That Nini machine got the pressure. You want to venga massacre tap. I thought me call memory, or Shambek in the Pirasek. But this is a wake up call to the county leadership, the common manager Kisii, the business, to the traders, for the traders, that if something happens again, you'll be on your own. Stop this being in the Mondaga Tavunga and to Bagachir. Kakua Bagachir, what next? We will give them the stock. Yes.
Yes.
But you see, even if the government wanted to do those structures, let them take the advantage even the Yair. The field has been cleared. Let them do modern structures.
By the way,
in CBD. Actually, Kisii, the leadership of Kisii County, the county government is trying to fight Kisii County, Kisii Town, Ekwende City. Will you get a city with that kind of development you are doing there? In the past regime, I had a friend who was working as a municipal manager Kisii County. I saw a plan map. There's a structural design Yagali. They were supposed to have, I think, a 4-story building. Basement, every parking. So that you do away with all the vehicles, from Saka, Chirusua, basement. Because of the landscaping in Jawul, then first floor, it's around the way. You having stalls in that floor, then 40th floor on the way. So that you congest and tobacco and Changasaka, we can speak. Parusi water, now on the street, back to the family, the old family bankigal, Parusi over 4th floor and Pagachangor. But to see where did the idea go? This is the danger of changing leadership. That even the people who had even that idea, maybe one nigga, Montato Mirasat Mogrango Mariwa, no colleagues. The idea of what that's the shelf. Yes. But let's open with time. The county leadership here, Kisii, we take advantage. Okay, it's a most but let them take the advantage. They do proper structures for that area. These political statements will not solve anything. There's no policy report. There's no policy report. Have you heard a story? She has been working in that place for the last 30 years. There are people, and I know you could be knowing this, there are people... 1990. Maybe serious that's the business, that's the family business. They were selling their goods in an open space. Improve the structure, maybe 4x5 or 4x4. You know, let's go on the revenue Kisii County. The amount of money they collect from that market in a day. You'll be shocked. They could have even done drainage a long time ago. It's a higher market here, sometimes it goes off. But still, people are paying, yes. Because there's no proper drainage. There's a proper drainage market and that's our drainage here. For the next 1 month. What do you think will happen as a so as much as people want to say yes. What was the condition before more actually because the structures were poor. Young man living in the stalls, but now you are telling us that among watermelon piece selling almost at 500 pieces. You are selling each piece almost 300 to 400 shillings, and you had 500 pieces. How much does one to waste? Now you want to do the mass structure. Who will give them the stock? And you say, within themselves, actually, they are widows. That's the only source of real food.
Yes. Yes. Omoncho murigere twarekora nyororo botiro buna rwarigane na Uncle Dipo na Sanya erinde heto chago tobokyo murobere.
Aba diribo bali basambiritwe umuriro ligo bare kimisato na 15.
Egekore kyogoichania nigo kiaine kigwo botuko bugukira igoro. Ase abaunchururia kurwa se chiro ya marigiti kusamberwa enibo yabo goika koera.
Huyu na mapema bora. Wale wote wamepata ijanga, wamepata shida yote. Number 1, hoteli tunapatia hapa. Hiyo watu wanataka hivi tunatoa hiyo wamechoma. Baba ngine yote kikilia makanaya. Kuchoma ama shindwa mwanuri kinasa ama watu wasipiano tigara gavana anatoa hiyo mabaki yote.
Mwakili wa kaunti ya Kisii Asedeta George Mo.
Shangaza sana ni kwamba katika pahali hapa tunaposimama sasa, kesi ilikuwa kotini ya kwamba pahali hapa ama shamba hili ama hii block ya shamba katikati ya mjini Kisii ilikuwa ama inamilikiwa na mwanasiasa mmoja. Kesi ikaamuliwa iliyoidhinishwa kotini na EACC, na kesi ikasema kwamba mwanasiasa huyo alipokea ama alipata shamba hili katika njia halali. Moto chanzo chake kwa wale wenye tunajua ama wenye tumefanya kazi ama tumenunua katika soko hili, hakuna hoteli yoyote ilikuwa inafanya kazi saa 7 usiku katika shamba hili. Kitu cha pili, hakuna stima, hakuna nyaya ya stima ama stima inatumika katika ploti hili kwa hao wachuuzi. Moto huu ulianzishwa kwa hiari ya mtu aliyetaka kuchoma na kuharibu mali.
Kurende gati y'abaonchoreria korwa asechire ywe
Korokwa estonkundi mongina nkoni serious iga market na baire kimenya tega ige miaka korungita 1990 35 years na baire nkoni iga chireje baminto gaki enachete kuboka mambi nganyore kibande kyane okoyete gekaera pi na ndingonya tirone genteke ni chire no ngorusie ebese na somelia bana
roba nasengencho muna isebanto asechiro wetira umubaso peno yobete bumurro musambe bioskirita amune chidagere chitokoni bitangani kuirele bageliga twensia so bwa motugikirie balia bagusikaine aso usamba umurroyo
nabano musimba mugaba natate basali kwanyarata birina kikakingiche nande ngoni agastoki kalimbwata elinde mburukania kabasali kali umwana ira ne school bona igatimbwati no nyenkende timbwati no ne transport
lituko lya lero omwe MCA we ward ya Kisii Central Wilfred Monyenye
terasa ya kwara ni kubuya iko tutagetekera umuntu atenene aseke banda kiaye tutagete umuntu muya asoye gaiga onde bwensi obwate ibana gwetania kamo okero umuntu ne kebande kemakora akonyora
Chinga kecho ni gomurobelio yochaka inse yoburaibo mugavana bwe county ya Kisii Paul Simbarati.
Tudrone ngambia mono ya governor ya ito asoko toma tractor. Again rutako tanda sasa ya iga toko ganiga your excellence. Ocho to konyo nyene chichuma, otorera chichuma elinde ene chire yaro swina standard. Elinde toto ka soboni borobuya, tuli maintain buya agareta no jo kamina city. Eto kenga twachire serebe gwenrete.
Abarai barorekanete koba nomoyo bwogokonya ngamona omubunge ukitutu cha South Mheshimiwa Anthony Kibagendi.
Itwateleko tena pole sana for this unfortunate incident. Naende togo teraiga. We are asking the government to urgently ensure investigations are done so that the people who are involved in doing all this are brought to book. Na sisi tunasema hivi, raia wako na manufaa mengi kutoka hapa, mahali wanafanya biashara, wanatengeza pesa kidogo, wanapeleka watoto shule. Kaibaga hapa tubaminto.
Ende torosia saya, buya toka rosia. Epare ya mayarigere nogoro, ebioski byabe. Katika ige pare yabe kwa, ebioski byabe. Abande barigere ukimate, abande barigere ukiro.
Chinga kibono abantu baganyerete kororanga omwerio bwesabariega nereliye iga bonchelia oboigo bali no gosemelia boguchigo chako bonchele bwabo boya na boigo gosemelia konyoro bokonyi kuruase bali no moyo bwancha ili banyari gotrenia obonchele bwabo naende kulipotiri gatase kiao kia Getembe kuruigase echiro ya marigiti gotoko bogatakati bwo mocho bosongo ili tera na igonkoro kwa dipon asanya
Abuga, I guess that was too fast. Inchira, even to be a correct candidate, yete muso actually amo tukabiri yako era won. Lakini uligere activity ya correct candidate, ukubona into ya correct candidate chukibiri chaiti.
My simple question is it necessary to put up that market again at that same spot?
And move kevisigisa. Ebe kwe bitanda biri bemite.
What was so hard? Like pania kwa sumata recently dibogeka to walk when goes to Kenya and they were going to relocate from that place for some time so the couple was still away to switch walkway for even their safety and they was going to para but for almost the third week yes but they were biashara gari but they are patient hoping that they get another alternative space bakari biashara biao nkere kong get an alternative place.
Vate bugo kenda mura tarira mura ngeli asegete.
Yes.
Mwaka cheru echiro.
Kitu Kisii Town Central MCA yoge manyaga tebanga. And they got almost 315. 315. You can find them on alternative space. Even one of the streets within CBD is equivalent for a month. there's a street gari goika alisinya magutumbuka goika na street nemo ino gari angina keiko mafuta yo ndigari. They can even close for even a month. Abantu ababe kwa for a month, they do a proper structure. Yeji chuma. They can even go to NYS, very request NYS process yeche gari. NYS nere kisiga.
Yes.
Basa ambiri chuma. A building ebe a modern. A water roof. A modern. For me, I feel those are the opportunity county government ya Kisii yabwate to find an alternative place y'abantu abakoiro.
Tari kubaira nere banda nainde.
Alternative all kwagacha proper structure y'abantu abakone ibintu byabo. But nandiko babekeranga post ngabo ayo chindege uzirenga satu banze kwagacha in CBD. In 2025 we want to do obonyomba bombati bomote ngobe kabantu robagacha. It's something kekore so many questions kurwa saba 90 but then unaba amwete bakalebo. But as we said, the speed at which the government has responded once a threatened that place in without even getting a police report tells you a lot. We accuse a politician of having done this without the other responding. It's neither here or there. Like what happened? Kisii town. I remember there was someone speaking there. Sometimes back chimachelengo chema bachika sambu. Kaba cha sambu bakabeke stop yokwagacha. Unti wagachite. They did modern structures. Yes ne chema bati but still metals kagacha chimba chindonga. Muntu kwa space nene ikakeu. Ikakumule more than 3 people. I think there's a time again chimba chia yete town igaiga. Monte okonyet. Chimba chia yete matega iri on way to a mosque at Getembe. And wakati bankena ya samba na waitie par. But as we speak pali tiketio. Pali ya Kisii bani ya elre tiketio sasa ndio sambere. But even ndio yete mata sana.
Abantu bago take advantage ya situation tote abuna bono ne kineke gakero kende basali elinde kyabana muraigete ebicha ya chembe yo muraigete egosena yo mwana siasa. Yetu kwanyoranga kero murayo you are innocent there no nyawo yangike gendrete.
Yes. Mondago te the way some politicians argue no monto very clever all of a sudden. Na kigendrete gabona. This is an issue issue for more than 20 years we can say. But the ownership of the mobile more than 30 years ago. 1980 something 1982. None of us, as the current generation, unless we get the facts from the land registrar, we know nothing about that piece of land. So you find someone trying to explain to you. It's a painful thing. And again now, where the law comes in. If Professor Ngea has won this case, he should serve the county government the papers, the judgment, but relocate these people. You evict them by day. If a court order is issued to evict these people, they'll be moved. There's nothing. But now, the way they have said, could be having other interests, yeah? Could go slow on this thing. But I say, only Monto ruthless. The politician. Watajenga leo and the next week Vitagoro. So other than making these political statements, let them go and sit. Agree on the way best forward. You see now, even the county government can buy this land.
Yes, a developer. Modern market.
You do a modern market, a water wall that anybody passing through outside, unless you get inside, there's a market, is it Kenyatta market in Kisumu? There's a market here, Kenyatta government, Kenyatta market in Kisumu, organized by the former President Uhuru Kenyatta. There's a area on the road, but there's a wall. You cannot see unless you get inside. Then you'll be that's how to do modern markets. What they want to do here is a joke.
No,
let them, my appeal that let them take this chance. The modern structures, but even save from weather conditions. Yes, other than calling those things to your house, man, market. They do proper drainage system.
Anyway, ayo onarara ororo asebonega timetinga usikirikane ngira watigareti kwara gukorera.
Today I was prepared in Boke. And I will cover a function here Gachagua na Rabo Karonzo. I think Matiang'i, they were supposed to come. It was confirmed last week by the UPA Secretary General, Yoromo MC Omasige, Mheshimiwa Wagaka. Akatebanga, yes, we are supposed to have Matiang'i there, Usi, that's Kisii and Nyamira. But there is no proper communication here that the meeting has been postponed. We saw it on social media that they had postponed it. They are not coming. They were supposed to come from Naroko County, Project Kisii and Nyamira, then they moved to Western region. But as it is, they are not coming. So now you are prepared to connect to have a function, but we will somewhere else to carry it now. Yes, to wish them well. Obungamba is the son of Umogusi, for an coming.
Gutu director now thinga Gachagua ndali US ya somo tukama kale bosi.
Of course Gachagua is supposed to leave for the US. I think they were saying for 2 weeks. Mesa zingine anda bagwe overwork. Kuna kolega sika the whole week Friday man kwa borosete. Now these are the same individuals mundu akabuka maambi irari. Orama, no abongo bokorosa.
By the way, ale gasien como sana que sa bueno meteriri nga ke impeachment ali na igetakara ababobe
na batebete na bete
agachakaira na
agachakaira
akababia.
So even they said that you are now well in the bonds American and but maybe it's in America man valio mchango matendo wa dawa sons and daughters ya bank sana from Kenya and America. So mba watu wabesa waende ba activate your account yao wabesa wote wake. Hii ndio siasa. Yeah, hii ndio siasa ya Kenya. And ndio turakora. We have grown knowing this politics in Kenya 24/7.
Yes.
Hapa ni tuanze kwa kina mama ndenga siasa nera so wish Gachagua safe flight to America. Na Nigeria pia.
Bona sana umoncho murigire nkairetenga wikira gabo ntobwati ntori na Kiambori na turachi gukorera umurobere gabo korene ndoche gati abari baira bagusangana into na bongo basogeri babiri batatu erinde tunyare kubikira egetone gabo HR Makori Brian igawata good morning agote vanga monda ngirira inche asensemeyo biabono sana omusori bwege susota watching live korwa Nakuru City Salams Club Isaac Omweno umuzae permanent nigawata bokoronya bituno bomachoke burabu ari me omoroberio Eric Magare Nyamweya agote bokoro Nyamisaro bubasi pamoja na Victor Onyoki out watching live korwa Nyangusu Bokinami village Rigena. ETWANI yabugire ayo mwaro karugetanda Semochia anya nyaisa egotoka manga kitutu masaba awote pamoja hadi tamati abo na abanda bange mwancho murigere yango saho kwabira ase ayo mwanitenga ibiga ne bibirosiri na mwanya bantu igo bonsi bali banyare wikirana gusangana into ase umurobere wega mbia mono sana nyasaya baseseni mugenda gutwara burigere obuya eme Getembe TV chinga kichonsi korinde ase semeyega nigo twabere nere Eric Abuga oyo korigereria egati iyari gusoko tore buna omwedita maiga na boigo aye asinjira ya bene kokoganiria onyara utwara litko rire editoro process nere bana bas ondari koneke kwanyore chibicha neriogi asinjira engikirano nkoruko Matilda OBAIGWA nyasaye oyo ETWANI yabugire ayo mwaro karugetanda ETWANI yabugire ayo mwaro karugetanda bana mbare njara ayo mwaro karugetanda bana mbare njara uzito somya bamura bakikuya mandegere uzito